steal. I'm a lifelong Republican, and I voted for Trump twice, but I can't do it again. Trump wants a national sales tax on imported goods. It'll make everything more expensive for regular people, all while giving tax breaks to billionaires. Kamala Harris is for regular people. She wants a tax cut for 100 million Americans, so we keep more of our hard-earned money. I'm a proud Republican, but this year I'm voting for Kamala Harris.
Epic had a function that comes into this app.
Can you stop a 100-mile-per-hour slap shot? Find out at the Hockey Faster Than Ever exhibition. A campus fusion of sports, science, and hands-on fun.
All right, what's going on, everybody? John on here with you. It's a Tuesday, October 22nd. I know I'm a little bit early to the space as far as the official game between Colorado and Seattle, which we'll cover. And again, if that one goes south, we can totally cover any of the other 15 games that are on the docket today, because it is the Frozen Frenzy. We got a minute left to go. Again, this one is going to be on ESPN tonight. In between Washington and Philadelphia, it certainly looks like Washington is going to go ahead and take a victory. They're leading 4-1. So let's do this officially again for the recorder. John, I'm here with you. It is Tuesday, October 22nd, 2024. A little bit early to the festivities. We got another 10 minutes before puck drop, but it is the Frozen Frenzy. All 32 teams are in action with 16 games here today. And I figured, as we are waiting for the second game of the triple header to start on ESPN between Colorado and Seattle, that's what I'm going to cover today. Again, if it does go south, we can completely flip it. But I will go ahead and give you some scoring and give you some updates. So let's do this first for the starting lineups for Colorado. Head coached by Jared Bednar. They're 2-4 on the season. They've got a lot of injuries to deal with. Nathan MacKinnon, Ross Colton, Mikko Rantanen, Devon Toews, Cale Makar, Casey Mittelstadt, Nikolai Kovalenko, Logan O'Connor, Sam Girard, Josh Manson, Parker Kelly, Miles Wood, Callum Ritchie, Matthew Stenberg, Ivan, and Joel Kirdavanta, with Calvin DeHaan and Sam Malinsky, with Justice Onanen in goal. Again, I did this before the game started the other day just to make sure. I'm going to put both of the backup goaltenders in here and see if they get the start, and that's what ended up happening. So for head coach Dan Bylsma, it's a Seattle Kraken 4-2. They've been scoring a lot of goals lately. Shane Wright, Jared McCann, Jordan Eberle, Josh Mahura, Adam Larson, Chandler Stevenson, Jaden Shorts, Elva Bjorkström, Jimmy Alexiak, and Brandon Montour. Randy Beniers, Ellie Tolvin, and Andre Burakovsky, with Yanni Gord, Ty Karchi, and Brandon Tanev. Riker Evans, Will Borgen on the back end with Philip Grubauer, the former starter for the Colorado Avalanche that you know and love so well. So let's go ahead and see what we have for the injury designations. Again, Devon Toews was listed as day-to-day, but they have him starting now. But it's Drouin, Landeskog, Lehkonen, Nichushkin, and Devon Toews. I do think Devon Toews is going to start from what I see. That's a load of top six and premium players. They started the season 0-4, and Colorado had given up an average of 5.6 per game. Dropped an 8-4 result in the opener to Vegas, 6-4 to Columbus, 6-2 to New York. But they did come off with back-to-back victories in California against Anaheim and San Jose, 4-3 in overtime against the Ducks, but 4-1 against the Macklin Celebrini-less Sharks. For the Seattle Kraken, they have good balanced scoring right now. Jared McCann, 3-5 for 8+5. Jordan Eberle, 5-2, 7+4. Burakovsky, 4 assists. Chandler Stevenson, goal, 3 assists. I've been high on Riker Evans over the last couple of years, and now we get to see him play a full season likely in Seattle. 1-3-4 for the defenseman for a +5. They've won the last 3 games. They're coming off a 2-1 victory in overtime over Calgary. It gave them their first loss of the year, but they're still 4-0-1. They'll be in action against Pittsburgh tonight. We'll definitely take a look at that. But they scored 13 combined goals, have Seattle, against Nashville and Philadelphia. Nashville's 0-5. I never would have thought I would have said that. They're going to end the 5-game homestand. Colorado today, Winnipeg, who could be 6-0 after Tuesday, because they're participating alongside everyone else with St. Louis is Winnipeg. If they win, they'll be 6-0. That'll be Seattle's next opponent after Colorado, and then they'll finish the 5-game homestand with Carolina. Alex Georgiev is 1-3 with a 498 and an 811. That's why he's not getting the start today. It's been Justice Onanen 1-1 with a 270 and 884. And then Philip Grubauer 1-2 with 307, 887. So a couple of goaltenders that want to get started on the right foot. So let me transition because our game still has about another 10 minutes as we're getting more Frozen Frenzy coverage. Let me give you some scoring updates. So for the Red Wings, it's after 1 at UBS Arena. Patrick Kane got his first of the year from Vlad Tarasenko with his first apple, and JT Compher. Ilya Sorokin just 1 of 2 making saves. Just 2 shots for the Red Wings in that first period, and they score on one of them. Alex Line 8 of 8, so not a lot of shots, but Detroit started the game being outshot 6-0, but they're up 1-0 right now, and they need to be. The Wild are destroying the Panthers at home. That is not what you usually see, but again, they're without Barkov and Matthew Tkachuk. Those are injuries that you just can't get away from right now. As it's 13:09 in the third, it's Marco Rossi and Marcus Johansson opened the scoring for the Wild. It was 2-0 after 1. Matt Boldy made it 3-0 on a power play goal from Zuccarello and Joel Eriksson. Sam Bennett got 1 for Florida from Verhaeghe and Tkachuk. Again, Tkachuk, I guess, is coming back, but playing injured. They said he was going to be out. Matt Zuccarello and Joel Eriksson combined to make it 5-1. As Kirill Kaprizov already has 8 assists on the year. Spencer Knight, he is in relief of Sergei Bobrovsky, who was pulled after 11 of 16 performance. Philip Gustafson, not too fresh off the goalie goal, is 21 of 22, and he's having a great year so far as Minnesota looks to go to 4-0-2 points in their first 6 games. Panthers lose, they'll be 4-3-1 on the year. Lightning all over the Devils, 6-2 after 2. They score 5 in the second. So Braden Point and Jack Hughes exchanged goals after 1. Timo Meier made it 2-1 Devils, and then the Bolts just went on a tear. Victor Hedman, Hagel, Hedman. Hagel with a natural hat trick from the 9:27 marker to 15:53. So it is Hagel with 3 and Hedman with 2 in that second period as it's 6-2 Bolts. Jake Allen, 24 out of 30. And Jonas Johansson, 20 out of 22, as the other day, Andrei Vasilevsky, the big cat, got clawed up by the Leafs. We're getting blown out by the Columbus Blue Jackets right now. Let's look at that score, if I can find it in progress. I know that's definitely here, but I'm not seeing it on the scoreboard. There it is, 3-0 Blue Jackets, 15:43. They had that mixed in with start times. So in the first, JVR, former Leaf, Justin Danforth and Matthew Olivier. Daniel Tarasov, 9 out of 9. And let me make sure I see who's in goal. Dennis Hildeby for the Leafs. The big 6'7" netminder from Jafala, Sweden. The rookie is going to get a start here as playing back-to-back. They were able to beat up on the Bolts the other day, but they're getting lit up by the Blue Jackets. Stars losing 2-0 to the Sabres after 2. That's a surprising result as Peyton Krebs gets his first of the year from Beck Mallinson and Owen Power. And then Owen Power, a secondary assist from Zucker. Ryan McLeod scores. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, 19 of 19. Jake Ottinger, 19 of 21. Dallas, if they lose, they'd be 5-2, so still a good start for them. Sabres trying to get win number 3 to improve to 3-4-1 and 2-2 at Quebec. Rangers all over the Canadiens, 5-2. It was 5-1 on my last check, but Nick Suzuki scored in the second. Mika Zibanejad, I saw the opening goal. What a beautiful pass from Panarin and Fox off the 1T setup. Zibanejad, Brodzinski, Riley Smith, Filipino made it 4-0 Blue Shirts at the 11:05 mark of the first before Nick Suzuki scored a pair to make it 4-2, and then Braden Schneider with his second. Sam Montembeault gets pulled. He's been having a strong year, but not today out of 6 of 10. Cade Primo, 7 out of 8. And Igor Shesterkin, 15 of 17, who's still waiting for his contract extension. How long is that going to take? The Blues and Jets. Blues are up 1-0. Again, they're trying to knock off the undefeated Jets. Jets have played the first 4 of 5 at home at the Canadian Life Center, and now they're on the road. They're at Enterprise. Brandon Saad from Robert Thomas and Colton Parayko at 10-11. Binnington, a quick 6 out of 6. Hellebuyck, 8 out of 9. As the Blues have the lead late in the first. They're just about to end the first frame. The Canucks are up 2-1 on the Blackhawks. As that Ryan Donato just scored for the Blackhawks from Jason Dickinson and Alex Vlasic at 9:25. But it was JT Miller and Danton Heinen who opened the scoring. Heinen 21 seconds in from Blueger and keeper Sherwood. Peter Mrazek 5 of 7. Kevin Lankinen's going to get the start today, 9 of 10 for the Canucks. Canucks have got a lot of points in the year, but they need to get more wins. They're 2-1-2. Blackhawks are 2-3-1. Again, I am about roughly 3 weeks. About 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks from seeing the Blackhawks live against the Seattle Kraken. Again, we're going to watch the Avalanche and Kraken face off in this frozen frenzy. But those are all of your updates right now. Again, everybody is in action. We're waiting for our game to start in another couple minutes. Bruins and Preds will start at the same time. Avalanche Kraken, about 8:45. Hurricanes Oilers at 9:15. Again, these are all 15 minutes later. Sens Utah. Pittsburgh and the Flames. I'll probably look at that in a live look-in. Sharks Ducks 10:15. Kings Golden Knights is the triple-headed late game on ESPN. I'll be watching that as I'm writing this one up. Caps Flyers have gone final. Caps win 4-1. They improved to 4-1 on the year, and they're looking like an early playoff team. Jacob Chychrun, John Carlson, Travis Sanheim in the third, but it was 4-1. Nick Dowd and Andrew Mangiapane, former Flames, scored shorthanded from Connor McMichael. Those are your scoring updates right now. When we come back, we will start our game.
And I think there's a lot of expectations that they should be actually given a chance to get to the playoffs this year. I like the team, so hopefully they can get there and actually have the game back in the playoffs.
Everybody spent a lot of time there. A lot of games there.
All right, guys, welcome to ESPN Hockey Night presented by Expedia. As this frozen frenzy continues, and our triple header does as well with the Avalanche and the Kraken. Check out our Honda City goaltenders. First up, it's Philip Grubauer starting year 4 with the Kraken so far at 877. Remember, 3 years in Colorado. For the Avs, it's 24-year-old from Finland, Eustace.
We're going to be getting started here in the frozen frenzy in our main coverage between Colorado and Seattle. The reason why I'm not wearing my jersey today for my Buccaneers is only because I want to keep it clean for the next 3 weeks when I go there to see it live. So now getting a chance to watch this game. We covered Seattle a few times at Climate Pledge. Here's an immediate chance. Pass across, and this hits the post. Right in off the draw. It was a 2-on-1 for Seattle. Ty Cartier, wrister. And Rantanen makes the save. An auspicious start for the Avalanche. They almost got scored on by the Seattle fourth line. This is right off the puck drop. Devon Toews gets his pass picked off by Cartier, and it created a 2-on-1. And Rantanen bails his team out as Yanni Gourde gets robbed by the post. So we just started the game, and I've already had to almost go to 10 on the voice box, but we're going to try to keep it managed because we got a lot of scores to cover today. Here's a wrister, Brandon Montour, and Rantanen will make a glove save. That one officially counts. Again, we're watching this one on ESPN, again, standard 28. But I will go ahead and flip to the Frozen Frenzy, and also I can flip to any of the actual games because I do have ESPN Plus paid for about another month. And then we'll have to redo the subscription. This one's going to be going up. It doesn't make me happy. But we got to cover all these games. So Josh Manson off the flip. This one gets sent in. Put back around the inboards here for Seattle is Ollie Tolvanen. You can't locate. Picked up off the backhand now. And this will be chipped down the ice for Casey Mittelstadt, former Buffalo Sabre. He's had a great start to the year. Alongside Ross Colton, who scored a ton of goals. Logan O'Connor tries to put this one toward the crease, and it'll bounce up and out of play. This is jam-packed right now in Climate Pledge. That's good to see. Again, the former playoff matchup from a couple of seasons ago, Colorado and Seattle. Even with all the injuries that we kind of profiled alongside Drouin, Artturi Lehkonen, Landeskog, the suspension in Nichushkin, and Devon Toews, I believe, is going to draw into the lineup today. I thought I saw him already as Dan Baalsma gets behind the chance with Jessica Campbell behind the bench. Again, they were with the Coachella Valley Firebirds last year, but it's the first year with him in Seattle. In about 3 weeks' time, I'll be in Climate Pledge in between Seattle and the Chicago Blackhawks to see Connor Bedard live and see if Seattle can get a win at home. Because I want to chant alongside Lithium as this one shoveled toward the cage of Rantanen, and he's got it. So Devon Toews is officially out there with Cale Makar on that top line of defense. And again, Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen are on the same line alongside Ross Colton. But then it starts to get really, I'll say front loaded is the best way I can do it, because in the back end, we'll get a chance to watch some of the bottom six forwards here for Colorado, but they're not going to try to drive the bus on offense. They just got to maintain and want the horses of MacKinnon, Rantanen, and Makar kind of drive it forward. Again, that's what we're used to seeing in Colorado, but you got to get back for some of those injuries and suspensions. This team can still score a lot of goals. Turnaround shot, Miles Wood. This gets blocked as this is stick chop just ahead. Seattle trying to get this out of their own end with Will Borgen. Borgen now will handcuff this one down the ice. It bounces away from Calvin to Hahn. Shane Wright goes in between his skate blades, and now Will Borgen gets a chance to pick this one up. Seattle's got the first 3 shots on goal in this one today. Rantanen will watch near the right side as Seattle will pinch and finish off a check. That's to Hahn. And alongside Yanni Gord, who's been good here early. Opportunity now for the Avalanche. And off the rush, good stick. And near the left side dot as the Avalanche try to matriculate this around the horn. Sam Girard will put this toward the back of the cage. There for Philip Grubauer and the Seattle Kraken. And this will get intercepted again. They are in the home Navy, and I love those jerseys for Seattle. This is touched. This goes in off the bar for Cartier. That's the second time already in this game. Picked up now for Seattle. Near the right side, here's Turbo. We'll set up for the one-timer. This one goes up the glass and out of play. So a couple posts already for Seattle. 17-19 in the first, and they look game for this game right now, which is good to see. Again, with all the injuries, the second post that was hit this time near the right side bar, Cartier with a rifle as he hit that off the top of the right crossbar and out. But the first 4 shots with Seattle right now, and they look really good in this game. They got a ton of speed, and they're really trying to attack Rantanen, and that's what you need to do right now. You got to go after anybody that's not on that first line for Colorado and show that you're game and push the pace. Manny Beniers has been moved down to the third line. He's only got 1 point so far this year. They really need him to step up. This one blocked off Rantanen's pad. Beniers will send it toward the net, and this one is saved by Rantanen. The first 6 against Jared Bednar's squad, the 2022 Stanley Cup champion, 9 season already for the Avalanche head coach. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. Hell, I still remember when Patrick Waugh was there alongside Joe Sakic at GM, but Patrick Waugh is now the head coach for the New York Islanders, who are in action with the Red Wings tonight. Everybody's in action. And we'll be able to give you some scoring updates as we go across. My hope is this game stays competitive, because I want to call this whole entire game, and I want to continue to monitor the crowd that's at Climate Pledge right now. I can imagine this is going to be a standing room type of game when the Avs come to town. Ross Colton lost it. We'll pick it back up. This will be settled now for Cale Makar from Devon Toews. Carr, touch pass. It gets too far for Colton. And now Seattle's going to intercept back in their own end. Seattle looked to start again with Adam Larson. Again, Josh Mahura on their top line because of Vince Dunn dealing with an injury. I don't think it's going to be extensive, but the former St. Louis Blues is going to miss some time. This is in behind the cage for Stevenson, but the shot got deflected. This will be flipped back down, glove at the blue line, and dump back in. Bjorkstrand will send this toward the cage, and they'll be settled back down here for Tolvanen. Picked up now, Bjorkstrand. One-timer. This one goes high over the glove of Rantanen. Seattle is just funneling shots toward the net right now. as this is intercepted. To bounce off the referee, Devon Toews, trying to get this one to Cale Makar. It's very loose and now finally intercepted by the Avs. Just try to get this in the offensive end. Miles Wood will send it in with Josh Mahura. Mahura now fights off a check. Like Tolvanen will go ahead and run into his man with Jared McCann. McCann gets wiped out. Colorado will chase the puck. Good physical game here early between these two. Shane Wright bounces off his skate blade. Picked back up now for Colorado. And Sam Girard, outstretched pass across the tentacle S. They'll get it back. There's this pinballs from Josh Manson, who was picked up from the Ducks several years ago. Gives it right to Everly. Everly cross. This one is shot wide from the right to left post. 8 shots here for Seattle. 15-23 left to go in the first. Rantanen 1-1 with an 884 and 270 goals against. But Georgiev 1-3, 811 and a goals against a 5. They claimed Kaapo Kakkonen off waivers on October 11th. They need goaltending help. And if that doesn't come to pass, Kaapo is probably going to get some games. And right now, Colorado just needs to maintain in the Central because they get their health, they'll be okay. But they're just so beat up at the beginning of the year. And then the suspension alongside Valeri Nichushkin, who's had to deal with all sorts of injuries in the Players Assistance Program. All sorts of wrong, but they need to get him on the right track because he's talented. Off the backhand, it eludes Mikko Rantanen. Opportunity now will be spun. Back for a one-timer. This is saved by Philip Grubauer, Calvin DeHaan, but this bounces off a Seattle skate. Sent toward the net again, left pad save, and Seattle will try to pick it up in their own end. Here's a rush and a chip ahead for Yanni Gord, and Malinsky will send this one back here for Calvin DeHaan. DeHaan will look things going right to left here for Colorado. And the Road Maroons, as this one sent back around toward the top with the white and the blue pants. Kovalenko's pass will get picked off. Now O'Connor will set it up off the backhand. It's flubbed a couple times. Finished off with a hit by Mittelstadt. He's trying to make something happen near the left side boards as this is put in across the left side of the glass. Stolen. Kovalenko is going to get it back from Toews. Kovalenko now working behind the cage near the right side dot. Colorado still dancing with it right now. Cale Makar trying to send this back around for Kovalenko. Using that big body. And Burakovsky can't find it, the former Av. This is now to the left side. This brushes down Grubauer. He totally gets back to his feet quickly, though. Now Burakovsky gets around the zebra. He'll spin back and across the logo. It'll be sent in across the blue line. Colorado finishes their check. 13-35. It's been a breathless first period. No commercial breaks just yet. 7-3 shot board in favor of the Kraken. We're still waiting for our first goal. This one will get sent in. Brandon Montour gets a stick lift. Seattle turns it over in a bad spot. High slot MacKinnon. Will toe drag. He'll leak his drop pass toward the defense. Is picked off. It's a 3-on-2. Shorts. Bjorkstrand now. He gets stick lifted, and Colorado might push this the other way quickly with Sam Girard. Girard gains the entry off the back. Rainbow MacKinnon. This one is put toward the right now as Seattle picks it up. He almost toe dragged around 2 Seattle players. Every time MacKinnon touches the puck, he always thinks something good's going to happen. Josh Manson from Girard. Start this one right to left. Good move there toward the right side for Colorado, but it'll get brushed away to the blue line side, sent in for Everly, but it's a hybrid ice, won by Colorado. We'll take a break, I believe. 12:40, at least a breath, as Jared McCann, they're looking at him right now on the commercial half and half. Again, I'm glad to get some of those Adidas jerseys in before they switched to Fanatics and got that one directly from the Seattle Kraken shop from Mr. Cooper Hopkins. They did reimburse him, of course, but I'll be looking forward to wearing my Matty Beniers jersey in a few weeks. Offensive zone draw here for Colorado. Chandler Stevenson is one of the very best on the draw, but he can't win it. Former Vegas Golden Knight cap. He got a big deal alongside Brandon Montour. Is Seattle trying to get back into the playoffs and back to respectability? This will go right to Rantanen off the long foot, and they'll do it again. Riker Evans was given chase. Again, I got a chance to watch Riker over the last couple of years in Coachella. especially during the AHL playoffs against Hershey. He's got a lot of talent and a lot of speed. I'm glad to see in his third year, this is finally getting a taste in his first year in the NHL, but a third year as far as minor league stuff. Again, I believe still 22, 21 years of age is Micah Evans. He's got his whole career ahead of him. And I think he's probably farther advanced than Matty and probably Shane Wright, I would say. I know that's lofty considering, but Micah really does have that kind of speed and ability to make plays. Well, Borgen sends this one in. Onanen will stop, and Onanen almost gets just stutters around his own area as he gets back into the crease and picked up now by Colorado. Shane Wright will give chase. Shane Wright can't find the puck as now on the left side red line. Colorado will send it in. 11:50 left to go in the first. It's scoreless right now. Kiviranta, now to Hahn, working his way in behind the cage. Miles Wood will watch in toward the net as this will be sent in there for Ivan. I think that's the name instead of Ivan. He's got double first names. And it's so good you got to say it twice. And I don't think there is any middle names on the side for Czechia, so it's going to deal with those. Send this one in. Picked up now for Onanen as they'll send it around the end boards here for Sam Girard. Sam Girard from 100 feet. This will work out for MacKinnon. He's got a ton of speed. This one put toward the cage toward the right pad and Phil Grubauer brushes it away. That was a long from 100 feet. Sam Girard started again for Josh Manson. Put it back now for Colorado as they'll find a way and in now for MacKinnon sends it in through Rantanen. That one brushed aside by the left pad. Sending around the inboards now. As this will be slap shotted toward the crease. Here is Matty. He's got the puck now. Does Beniers. I'll drop it near the right side. Here's a long shot. This will be gloved down by Onanen. He'll hold on. Seattle now has 10 shots to Colorado's 3. But you already saw MacKinnon's speed over the last couple. And a couple of bars. Yanni Gord and Ty Cartier. Crossbar against Onanen. We will officially take that break.
Yeah, every night. Only pay for what you need. Liberty.
Eat my grandma blue guy. Who's got T-bone chicken? Chicken meal, dough, rice, oatmeal, barley, 3-to-1 has chicken, rice flour, corn meal, whole grain corn. I love
Just say it's awesome. I know. I got it using the cash rewards card, now that I'm ready, and a cash back on every purchase. Honestly, I can't imagine what I do without it. One word, got it. Reeling in fish. Eating fish. Fish in the sea? Movie.
Introducing the new Cash Rewards Plus card. Navy Federal Credit. Our members are the mission. ESPN Tonight is presented by Expedia, made to travel, and in part by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Well, Jeremy Court might have missed out on the celebration, but then he strapped the camera on. He went back down onto the ice, and the always affable 28-year-old goaltender had good fun with his units, celebrating with his teammates the other night.
He came in with too much speedia. It was a little too quick for Joey DeCourt.
Get back in the play in a second. I just got notes through the door. Get everything squared away for Sunday plans. So we got 10:20 left to go. There's an errant stick near the right side of the Colorado defense. Is this one sent toward Gord? But now Colorado gets a chance to flip this one down. And near the left, here is Wood. He gets punished with a check. Yanni Gord trying to find alongside Brandon Montour and Jimmy Alexiak. Montour now, the former Florida Panther and Stanley Cup champion, will pick this one now. This gets stick chopped a couple times, and Logan O'Connor will send this one in deep. As we're halfway through the opening frame, we're still scoreless here at Climate Pledge. Joining with you for courtesy of the Frozen Frenzy. I didn't want to miss this today. Every single NHL team is in action. All 32 teams, 16 games. Again, this is our featured one. If it does get out of hand, I think that we can switch across. I have no problem with that, but I hopefully can get this all the way in. I've been excited to pick this one up to watch these two teams for the first time this year. Sam Girard, good touch pass. Here's a one-timer, and right in the glove of Philip Grubauer. We'll hold on and make the save. I know Cooper Hopkins is a busy man, and Alec Nava is covering the opener, I believe, with the Knicks and the Celtics. That one at TD Garden. But if Cooper does join in alongside this Frozen Frenzy, because he's got both of his teams in action, everybody's in action, we'll definitely get him in. We'll take another break.
After my cancer diagnosis, I was scared and desperate for information. Fortunately, my oncologist told me about the Outcomes for Me app. Outcomes for Me is like having your own team of cancer experts 24/7. I get personalized treatment options, tools to manage my care and symptoms, and a community of people going through the exact same thing as me. Oncologist approved and always free for patients. Go to outcomesforme.com to download your free app now.
Sometimes you can confuse so all over the place. That's why Public.com created one place for it all. One place where you can invest in almost everything. Stocks, options, bonds, and crypto. You can even lock in a 6% or higher yield. Because it's the one place where you can build your portfolio the way you want. All of your investment in one place. Get up to $10,000 when you transfer an account to Public.com.
As for Valeri Nichushkin is away from the team, skating by himself in Denver and working with a skills coach. And I confirmed with the team at the NHL today that he's eligible for reinstatement in the NHL.
So Leah Hextall has given a report on Valeri Nichushkin. He left the team after 2 games in 2023 for playoffs personal reasons. There's 22 games in Players Assistance Program Stage 2, placed in Assistance Program Stage 3 on 13th, eligible for reinstatement on November 15th. Again, there's a lot to say there, and what I can tell you is it's very serious. It's not just any sort of alcohol. It's possible guns. There's a lot of stuff going on with Valeri Nichushkin. If you saw any of those reports during the playoffs a couple of years ago in the Seattle Times, that's all that I can comment on that I know for sure. Colorado is trying to keep it on the hush as much as possible. We can tell you, though, Valeri Nichushkin does come back into the lineup for the Avs. There is a lot of offensive game to work with, and they need him on the ice. He's got to get himself right, because if the Avalanche want to get back to Stanley Cup aspirations, he's the type of guy that can be essentially like a free agent pickup. Here's a Larson pass that goes off the outside. Jared McCann toward the doorstep for Everly, and that is a good right pad save for on and holding on that post. Here is Everly now. He was getting hooked. I didn't see a hand in the air, and we'll still play on here. Ross Colton too far for him. This will bounce away from Devon Toews and sent back in now for Philip Larson for Edmonton Oilers. Larson and Dunn have been a good top pairing here once Dunn gets back, but Josh Mahura is going to get some time. Again, it's another former Panther that's brought in, so a lot of changes here for Seattle as they want to try to way to fight back into the playoffs. I think they can do it, but it's going to be difficult. Again, Calgary's got off to a great start. We don't know how long all this stuff's going to continue to last, but you can't take anything for granted. So you got to lock up points in October because it means that much more, just like it is in April. It's the same thing. Here is Bjorkstrand off the drop. This will get sent around the kick plate now. 8 minutes left to go in the opening frame. We're still scoreless between Colorado and Seattle. Shots are 10-4 for the Kraken. They got up to a great start. They got hit with a couple posts with Yanni Gord and Ty Kartye. Otherwise, it could be 2-0 Seattle. An opportunity off the back ski. This will be sent in now for Bjorkstrand off the 1-on-3. He's going to have to try to chip it in deep. And this is just a neutral zone battle right now between both of these squads as one of the Avalanche has to go pick up their stick. 7:25 left to go. I'm watching this on ESPN. Triple header today on the normal ESPN channel, but anything else, if you got ESPN Plus, you can watch all the games. There's this one sent in, taken down a couple times, is Bjorkstrand, as this is put in behind the cage. Opportunity to get picked up now off the one-timer feed. Montour will work the pass instead. Alexiak will let a slap shot go, and Rantanen will find it with 7:03 left in the opening frame. So 11 points so far this season is the most by an Avalanche player through the first 6 games all time, and that is number 29, Nathan MacKinnon, wearing the assistant A. Again, Landeskog is wearing the C. We haven't seen him in the last couple of seasons. I hope that he can make a return this year because it's another primetime player that they can try to work back into the lineup there for the Avalanche, because I would like to see the Avalanche kind of return to form the way that they did against the Bolts when Cooper Hopkins and I called our first Stanley Cup final just a couple of seasons ago. I can't believe it's been a third year for us to work together as far as all of that, but time definitely does fly. Is this one now for Makar? Pick this one up the backhand. He was getting booed. Again, it's a game suspension that I don't know that he should have gotten a couple of years ago in this matchup, but Seattle remembers it well. So he's getting booed when he touches the puck. Casey Mittelstadt now moves it off the half spin. Yanni Gord. This one can't be held in. Logan O'Connor got to skate back for it. Josh Manson. And now Sam Girard with the slap shot that's around the left side red line. Goes in off the boards for Alexiak. Now Larson off the spin as Dan Balsma's changed some of those lines. Ross Colton with a stick shot. Will Borgen now trying to find this puck. There's this one sent in Alexiak. This goes right to Rantanen toward the goal crease, but it gets sticked away by Seattle. Bjorkstrand will just shovel it ahead to the neutral zone. 5:40 left to go in this scoreless first between Colorado and Seattle. We're at Climate Pledge. This one will get sent in for Mikko Rantanen and absorbs a hit there as Jaden Shorts now toward the right side of the wall. This will be picked up now. Chandler Stevenson and Eberle. This one will get fired in, so I got to remind myself that Chandler Stevenson is wearing number 9. Again, there's a couple different jerseys, a couple different players that I'm not used to seeing right now. This will be a long, accentuated break in behind the cage that will draw some boos as Josh Manson. Victor Hedman did this a lot for the Tampa Bay Lightning, but he's letting his forwards take a change off an outstretched pass for Ivan. And this one he's wearing number 82 is Ivan. Now, and back behind is Riker Evans. Good pass out. This is going to find an entry with some speed with Shane Wright. Sent in now for Eberle. He'll absorb a hit. And across the half wall to Jared McCann. Mahura will pinch. Send it around the inboards now. Eberle try to throw this out in front. Here's Borgen. It's slowed down. It's bouncing a couple times. And unable to get a right pad on it as Colorado will flip it down. Coming close with Seattle. This is their third scoring opportunity, at least in this game. They could be up 3-0 as Jessica Campbell looks on with Dan Balsma. This one sent in across the goal mouth. And Seattle's going to win the race to negate the hybrid icing. Beniers was turning on the Jets. And now Colorado. Good touch pass in their own end. Having to use this and across the wall for Alexiak. It's Alexiak to Montour. Alexiak throws it right to Parker Kelly, who dumps this one in. Again, the former Ottawa Senator. Matty Beniers will have the puck. Put it toward the right side wing. A one-timer! This one goes wide. Ellie Tolman with a bullet, but he missed it all. 3:40 left to go in the first. As this one gets sent in now for Wood off the spin. He needs some reinforcements, probably a change as well for Jared Bednar's squad. Good outstretched pass, but it's a 1-on-3. Burakovsky blows a tire. That's Sam Girard. Shot attempts are 27-13 Seattle. Nathan MacKinnon. He'll make a cross pass toward the right dot. Shovel toward the net. Good save by the chef of the stick with Grubauer, but it's with Girard. We'll send it across for Manson. Off the back skid is Ross Colton. Shovel backhand in deep. Here for Mikko Rantanen. Now Nathan MacKinnon. Touch pass for Sam Girard. Rush toward the line. The Moose tries to find it now. Olli Tolvanen absorbs a check. Is this Riker Evans now? Evans. Outstretched pass. Try to get some separation. Raced on the right side red line. Sam Girard all the way back on his horse. This is shoveled out toward the front of the cage. Spin and turn for Riker. The net is open. And now this is Seattle. And toward the right side inboards, it goes D to D. Larson, backhand shovel. Back to Riker Evans, tons of speed. Yanni Gourde absorbs a hit. Colorado having trouble with it in their own end with the Seattle forecheck. This one gets sent down the ice. 2:20 left to go in this first. This has been a great first period. He hasn't had any goals, though. This is now for Devon Toews. Toews on his forehand. He's back in behind the cage. Seattle will back off on their forecheck right now as Devon Toews still trying to posturing. Now he's going to race and across the left side red line and dump it in. Here's Josh Mahura. A fake slap shot. Now send it the other way now for Chandler Stevenson. Drop now low Borgen. It's blocked. And now in between the high slot picked up by Colorado on their own end and subsequently turned over. Avs have it now with Ivan. Will chip it in. He almost got his own puck back. And this will be sent back down. Icing is waved off. 1:35 in this first. Here is Colorado with the puck now. Kellen Ritchie, Kiviranta scores! That is a bomb of a wrist shot. It goes off the post and in, and Colorado gets on the board first. That one's going to hurt for Seattle. They played so well in this first period, but double bar and in, and Colorado gets a late goal in the final 90 seconds. That was kind of an excuse me shot. I almost looked away. Kiviranta, right side bar, low and in. And Joel Kiviranta, former Dallas Star. That was a hell of a wrister. It goes off the right side bar and in. And the Avs get the first goal of the game. That was a harmless looking play until it wasn't. Kiviranta had a C-nice shot. He gets his second. He had 3 all last year. So a good start to the season for him early. On their 5th shot, Colorado scores first. Philip Grubauer slowly and around the end boards. Now Seattle, as this is a good move for Calvin DeHaan, former Islander. He's going to have to pick it back up, though. We'll send it back around the end boards as this will get picked up by Sam Malinsky and put back down the ice. 60 seconds left to go in the first. Joel Kiviranta gives Colorado some life. Again, they're getting outplayed a little bit in this first. You could say couple of posts and an out front chance for Seattle. This could easily be a 3-1 type game for Seattle, but it's 1-0 Avs. And this one is picked up by Montour. Try to win this battle. It's loose. Matty Beniers in the right position to help out Philip Grubauer. As this one is just shoved ahead of the left side red line. Down to 30. Devon Toews will send it in. Here for Adam Larson. Adam Larson's got to be quick about this thing. They got that top line out there with Nathan MacKinnon and Mikko Rantanen. It's intercepted by Miles Wood. Grubauer will go ahead and play it down to Larson. Down to 15. Time for one more rush for Seattle. Logan O'Connor forces Olli Tolvanen to turn it over. They'll dump it back in alongside Philip Grubauer. Losing a battle near the right side. One-timer. This one goes wide. Colorado's going to get a shut off quickly. Girard one-times it. This one blocked in front of the traffic. Joel Kiviranta, about 1:30 left in the first, bar down and in, and the Avs have the lead after 1. Good period. Hopefully the rest of the game goes this way because this is a good sign with the pick. We'll see in a little bit.
They showed a couple years ago when they made the playoffs. Colorado's first league with great period by the Kraken.
How many times have you seen that one-team combination here? Yeah, other team scores by one shot. There you go. As on cue, from the frenzy. What's up, Mikko? You hurt yourself. We have an update, big update in Edmonton. Big update in Edmonton. Oh, jeez. You gonna be all right? Dude, 4-6. I'm telling you, 4-6 hard hit. So Connor McDavid. Oh, what's up, Freddie? Oh,
That's it.
He's good. I just got to catch my breath. I popped an egg on that jump. Did you see the vertical I got there?
I saw that.
That's over the Sunday New York Times. Good work, you are. You guys got that. We're not fooling around.
So Joe Kiviranta scores off the left post and in. This was a great period for the Seattle Kraken, but they're down 1-0 as Kiviranta gets the first. Let me give you the look as far as the team stats. Hits 7-6. Seattle faceoffs also 8-6. For Seattle, no penalties to talk about in that first. It's 1-0 Avalanche.
We ordered almost online to give you a free pizza to use for a future pizza emergency. So you'll have an emergency pizza. A free pizza when you need it most. There you go.
So it's Kiviranta from Sam Malinsky. If you have that on your bingo card, congratulations.
You earn, we match. Unlimited cashback match. At Verizon, every phone can be the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple's Algorithm. Why not?
Let's go ahead. We're in the middle of the Frozen Frenzy. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the Red Wings Islanders and see if that one is still 1-0. I can do so here because I got the Xfinity stream. I don't have the ESPN Plus stuff up there. I'm going to have to go game by game by game on that side. But the Red Wings have about 3 minutes left to go in the second. They're still leading 1-0. Despite being outshot 16-8. Patrick Kane got his first of the year. Lightning are still scoring. Devils score a couple more in the third, but it is 8-4. So J.J. Moser and Jake Getzel answer goals from Timo Meyer and Nathan Bastian. Meyer already has a couple, but it's 8-4. Jake Allen has given up a 25 of 33, and Jonas Johansson 28 of 32. Sabres look like they're going to take this game from the Stars unless there is a frantic comeback. Thomas Harley, Tage Thompson exchange goals. Buffalo had a 3-0 lead. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen finally gives up one, 26 of 27, and Jake Ottinger 21 of 24. No goals in the third, so it's still the same to tell you about 5-2 between the Rangers and Canadiens. Blue Jackets score 2 more in the second. They lead 5-1. Toronto did play yesterday against the Bolts, and they won that one. Matthew Nyes scored for the Leafs, but it was Sean Monahan and Matthew Olivier again with his second. It was Daniel Tarasov 18 of 19, and Dennis Hildeby 24 of 29. Jets and Blues tied at 1. That 9 minutes left to go in the second. Jets have just evened it up from Nito Niederreiter on the power play from Neil Pionk and Cole Perfetti. Our featured game, Joel Kiviranta scored the only goal for the Avs. It's 1-0 after 1. Bruins and Preds are scoreless. The Preds are 0-5. They need a win desperately. Let's look at their schedule right now to start the year. They lost at home to the Stars. They lost on the road to the Red Wings. And then at home between the Kraken, the Oilers, the Red Wings, and now the Bruins. It would be 4 of their first 5 games lost at home ice in Bridgestone. So they really need to win today. 0-5 start is murder, especially in the Central Division. So I would say panic button. I know it's early in the year, And I know I said at 0-3, I'm not worried about the Preds, but can't drop another game at home already to have 5 of the first 6 at home with those signings. That's a must win against the Bruins today. They've got to get 2 points. Connor McDavid scored the only goal for the Oilers against the Canes, 10:42 in the first. The Sens in Utah are just getting underway. That one's scoreless. And then the only other final is the Wild went 5-1 over the Panthers. I'm going to conserve my voice as much as possible now, but if we need any other updates, I'll throw those across.
We've seen this all evening, and we've seen it on this recent Islander power play. Opportunities by the Islanders. Petrie stick's broken in front. He's in a tough spot now without your stick, especially on the PK. All he can do is just try to get in the way. Second save by Lyon. Eventually, Wings get their stick on it and get it down the ice. Lyon flawless.
So controlling off the draw, that shot going wide, but Lyon will hold on. The Reds from just 8 shots in this game. 6 here in the second, 2 in the first, 1 scored.
Dallas has just scored. I'm going to flip that one right now because we got time. See if they can force a shootout. It's 3-2 Buffalo. It was 3-0. Dallas trying to work their way back in it. Well, let's go to the ESPN app. I'm sure they've just called timeout as well. So timeout Dallas. Again, it's courtesy of Victory Sports. Again, they've moved over from Valley Sports. Again, now FanDuel. Detroit's still stuck in that part of the bandwidth. So I think everything else for the Red Wings and Pistons is paid for this year. But for the Tigers right now, I don't think they're going to be on TV unless they can move that over and get a new deal. But Dallas said, you know what, we got a good team not dealing with this garbage, and they changed it. So 30 seconds left to go in the third. Dallas trying to go ahead and get the puck. Hand pass is going to kill it right at center ice. So 24 shots, 3 goals for Buffalo, 31 shots, 2 for Dallas. It's an empty net. Ottinger has left the goal crease. Buffalo trying to get a big win at the KeyBank Center against a very good Dallas Stars team. Rope Hintz going to go ahead and take the draw here for Dallas against Tage. Hintz will win it back. Miro Heiskanen, as this one gets fired in from Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Back in behind the inboards, this gets sent down. This will kill some much-needed seconds. Heiskanen down to 15 seconds. Heiskanen gets his pass blocked. Tuck gets a stick. Tuck has got an empty net. He's going to finish it off. And the Buffalo Sabres going to take 2 points against the Dallas Stars. Win it 4-2. Some happy fans at KeyBank Center and a Maxim Finiganov jersey. I'd like to see that as the old Buffalo head jersey logo. So Dallas going to fall to the Sabres. They'll take a 4-2 victory. See if we got any other ones that's going to end. Blue Jackets got a 5-1 lead on the Maple Leafs at the end of 2. And the Canucks now are starting the second. It's 4-2 Canucks against the Blackhawks. Red Wings, it's a scoreless second pair between the Wings and Islanders. It's still Patrick Kane with the only goal for Detroit. Trying to go to 3-3 on the year. Against probably where they should be. Devils have scored again. It's 8-5. I do think we can watch that a little bit before I have to flip back over. What a ridiculous game this has been. 8-5. Devils have scored 3 in the third. Lightning had 5 in the second. Kind of taking a look and across the league now because all 16 games are in action. Alongside a game we just saw the end in between Buffalo and Dallas. Buffalo gets a 4-2 victory, but the Devils aren't going away. I thought this was going to be a laugher here for the Bolts, but it's 8-5 as they just go into a commercial break with 5:40 left in the third.
Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty.
His tactics through these first handful of games. The only line that really has stayed together is Gansel Point and Kucherov. That hasn't changed much really at all. But the changes that he's made from game to game, even when they've won games, and sometimes, you know what, a lot of coaches, if you win, it's the same lineup. Well, there's a lot of things to look at early in the season. So he wants to give everybody a chance, especially new guys. And I think he wants to give himself a chance.
So 33 shots on goal apiece for the Bolts and the Devils. And we have a total of, let's see if I can do my math correctly, 13 goals on the board here. As it's a 5:20 left to go in the third. Jonas Johansson tries to make the save. It's picked up now. Timo Meier. Tomas Tatar gets his shot blocked. Tatar absorbs a big hit. And now the Bolts with a 3-on-2. Geeky. Connor Sherry waiting on the off wing as this gets knocked away by Jake Allen and held. Again, I'm getting used to calling it the FanDuel Sports Network now, as we've gone from, in my lifetime, Pass to Fox to Bally and now to FanDuel. So we'll see what that means for Detroit here locally for the Tigers, but at least I know if I'm able to cover the Pistons game tomorrow, we can do that one about 7:10 Eastern. And then I'll have the World Series with Alec if he's working that on Friday. I'll definitely cover the Friday game. Can't cover Saturday because they got business with the Sharks the next 2 Saturdays, as this one is sent back down the ice. So Johansson, and I'll leave it for Hedman. I'm going to go ahead and flip back to our featured game. I don't want to miss that. But if we get any other updates across, I'll take a look at it.
Going to the second. This has been Alexa's first position.
You know the impact body check can have. It can change the momentum of the whole game. It can help you stay in
About 4 minutes away from puck drop of the second frame. Joel Kiviranta has the only goal right now for the Colorado Avalanche, the former star. Seattle played a great game so far, but they're down 1-0. And we'll see how this game continues to develop itself. If Seattle can find a way to repeat what they did in the second, or even in the third from that first, I think they can find a way to get this victory.
talk with your doctor about your respect. And of course, here's something you love to start the conversation.
The Preds have scored first against the Bruins. Again, they're in Bridgestone. Roman Yossi on the power play. Yusei Soros stops the first 7. Jeremy Swayman, 13 of 14.
We beat him at Grand Blue, guys. Who's that T-bone chicken? Chicken meal, dough, rice, okra, barley. 3-1 has chicken, rice flour, corn gluten meal, whole grain corn, chicken macaroni.
And I think as long as that game will be close, because I know I have a triple header going on between the Kings and the Golden Knights, but we'll watch that too. But I want to watch the Pens and the Flames, see if the Flames can start 5-0-1 to begin the year and win their first 3 games at the Saddle Dome.
on barbecue or put it on barbecue. Hurry in. We enjoy flavor as a DQ. DQ. Happy taste.
1 in 3 pet parents has used their pet's name as their password. But delicious Caesar canine cuisine is a better way to show your love.
This. Meet Earl. Earl, like all cats, craves food that's meaty and juicy. But in a dog eats firstborn, he's never had food made with his needs in mind. Luckily, his human found Smalls. Smalls makes gently cooked fresh food that's junk-free, just meaty, juicy, natural ingredients. Ready to make 9 lives 10? Visit smalls.com/TV to see your first homes.
Welcome back to ESPN Hockey Night, presented by Media in Seattle. As we welcome you back, the Avalanche have the lead on the Kraken, 1-0. Cassie Campbell Pascal. Mike Monaco with you upstairs, Leah Hextall down at ice level, and it's now time for Dynamic Duos, brought to you by Mass Mutual, and for both these teams, their fourth line making an impact.
Huge impact, and you think of Seattle's amazing start. At one point, they outshot the Avalanche 6-0, and a large part of that was because of their fourth line. They got in on the forecheck right from the beginning, and they were just relentless. Their first and second shift, in particular, Wachiani Gordon just hits the post on this one, and then Ty Karche, who had 4 of the team's 7 hits, gets a great chance here. But anything you can do, I can do better. So the fourth line of Colorado comes out, and what do they do at the end of the period? Well, they get the Avalanche up 1-0. And how about this, Mike? For the first time in his career, Yoel Kiviranta scores in back-to-back games. Incredible.
How about that? Steve Levy was talking how many goals he had last year, and Yoel Kiviranta tallied one Sunday at San Jose.
So we're going to get going here. Climate Pleasure, the second period. Yoel Kiviranta has the lone goal for Colorado, assisted by Sam Malinsky. So if you have that one on your bingo card, that's a big congratulations to you, as the Avs have a 1-0 lead. They were outplayed pretty badly by Seattle in that first period. And it just goes to show, again, you got to get that goal to start it off. 29-17 on the shot attempts as well for Seattle. And if this continues, I do think Seattle's got a good opportunity to come back and get this win. Alexiak, one-timer, it bit Yanni Gord and then went out of play. So hopefully Yanni's okay down there. That was a bullet of a shot. As you take a look alongside the Avs assistant coach Ray Bennett, alongside Leah Hextall. So I know in her first interview part of it, when she talked about an update, she mentioned Valeri Nichushkin and now what they're trying to do with Seattle in their attack. Right now, the Avalanche don't have bodies, but they still have Nathan MacKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, and Cale Makar. So those are the horses that are going to continue to drive the bus for Colorado. But what they also need is Alex Georgiev and Justice Onanen to be able to continue to go ahead and figure it out behind the cage, because you can't fall apart in that central. Just ask the Nashville Predators, who are in danger of losing 6 straight games to start the year, and 5 of them at home. Right now, they're up 1-0 against the Boston Bruins in the first period, but we'll continue to monitor across the Frozen Frenzy as there's 16 games of all 32 teams. Sam Girard. Now spin around as Bjorkstrand tries to find it on the left side. Jaden Shorts finishes his hit, but Colorado will escape. Mittelstadt, O'Connor, cross pass, lost in between the skates. Now Adam Larson overskates it for a moment, and that might allow O'Connor to find it, but he gave it right to Larson. Larson will hit this high off the end glass. And now Sam Malinsky. Malinsky spin and turn, good move. Sam will make the smart play, but it just gets picked off by Seattle. Bjorkstrand gives it right back into the middle of the slot, saved by Grubauer. It was a harmless-looking shot near the bottom right pad. Here is Jaden Shorts. Shorts now trying to get around Kelvin DeHaan. And Colorado will try to take this one left to right for the rest of the second. Again, they got the white tops with the maroon on the top and the cerulean on the pants. And the navy for the Seattle Kraken. McCann in off the rush if it gets to him. This shot goes wide of Rantanen near the right post. Eberle will send this one back. Borgen one times it, but it just matriculated around the cage. 17:50 left to go in the second. It's still 1-0 Avs. Here is Seattle off the back skate. It'll take it D-to-D. Yanni Gord giving support for Eberle. Eberle fires it toward the net, but it deflected away from McCann. He'll pick it up now on his forehand. He's got it in the high slot. He'll circle. He'll get it back near the left side. Now he'll spin. And across the boards, Jared McCann, as they continue to move this puck around the inboards. This gets knocked away. And across the line, and this will be settled back down. Opportunity now, Shane Wright gets his stick lift. And alongside Matty Beniers, he's trying to cradle that line. Gets some space. Left side shot, Matty. This one goes off the outside of the net. Matty will take a D-to-D now. Montour with a ripper. This one really hurt the Hahn. As Matty Beniers now. Good work by the third line. Seattle now trying to make a move there. Burakovsky, Montour, as the defense now is pinned near the right side. Seattle still with this puck. Colorado has got to be gassed. Desperately just shoves it with the glove hand down the ice after losing the stick as Colorado. And then some quick changes. Burakovsky will watch as it's Ellie Tolvanen now. Tolvanen takes a D-to-D. Fan on the 1T. That'll work out for Colorado. They really needed to get out of their own zone. Here's a chance now for Avon as he gets shoved away from Montour. Picked up now by Colorado, absorbs the hit, stays near the left side blue line, one-timer, this one Fan in the middle of the slot. Avon gets the puck retrieval. Here's Cale. Cale, wrister, good save, Grubauer, as he got it with the right hand. 13-7 on the shot board. Some really good action in this game. I know we only have one goal, but honestly, I feel like I took the right game of all the ones that we had today. Again, you get to choose from everything. You get a buffet style in this Frozen Frenzy, and I couldn't think of anywhere better to be than right now. So, if there isn't anybody that jumps in here, there isn't anybody on the YouTube side, I'm just going to say I enjoyed it. That's what it's all about. Yanni Gord, defensive zone draw, former Tampa Bay Lightning man. As this one will get sent back around the inboards. Now chip and chase. Seattle tries to get this out of their own end. As it gets picked up by Turbo for a moment. Now to the right side inboards, Cartier. Good puck retrieval off his forehand. Try to send it back around the embankment to Yanni. Yanni, here's a slap shot into the blue line off the setup, and this goes off the glove of Rantanen, but it stays in play. Now, Seattle will work this clearly around the inboards. I don't know if Colorado's content to keep them on the outside, but Seattle is really outworking the Avalanche right now, and they just look exhausted to start this second period. It was such a long shift to start. Seattle hasn't scored, but I can't imagine them playing any better. Rantanen will get this now for the Moose. Mikko Rantanen will shovel this one down and bounce off of Avalenko, and now Mittelstadt puts this back around now for Nikolai Kovalenko. Goes D-to-D. Manson Gerard, saved by Grubauer. He couldn't hold it with the left pad. Chandler Stevenson tries to get this one out. This is Stevenson now, trying to finish off his check with Bjork Strain. Now Brandon Montour, last line of support. Montour now, skates, good pass there. Stevenson near the right wing. This one's fired to Rantanen's glove, and he's got it. 14:51 in the second. Again, Frozen Frenzy coverage on ESPN has a million split screens. As we go across all of these, we've seen some finals. I've given you all the updates that I can, especially within reason alongside everything, because I got to conserve my pipes for this game and the rest of the assignments this week. We got World Series on Friday, got Sharks duty on Saturday, maybe a Pistons game tomorrow. If I don't have to spend time with the misses, it's going to be a loaded week with a lot of different assignments. Shane Wright against Parker Kelly in on the draw. Kelly's going to get taken out of it here. And someone got a full fish head alongside for the Kraken. They're wearing that one across. I don't know if I would choose that. I'd rather just go with the jersey. Still trying to look cool. Morgan finishes his hit as this is Jared McCann. McCann will chip and chase. Here for Shane. Shane absorbs a big-time hit. McCann trying to find it loose as he gets knocked down on his bullet. This is Kiviranta, the game's opening goal scorer. Gets thefted here by Seattle. No penalties called so far in this game. The officiating crew has been stretched thin. Here it is for McCann, but it bounces off his skate blade, and he gets hit hard on the left side board, so he'll pop back up. He braced himself a little bit, but he still got shoved pretty hard off the cross check. Parker Kelly now. 14-8 on the shot board for Seattle, but Kiviranta's got the first of the game. This one's sent back down, and this will be iced against the Avs as Mahura gets there first. 13:57 left to go in this middle frame.
Rather puck the icing than the delay of game penalty. There's Makar once again logging a ton of minutes, but we know he's loving the fact that his normal defense partner Devon Toews is back in the lineup. Just his presence physically just calms things down in his own zone and allows Makar to concentrate on the
Offensive zone draw for Seattle. Matty Beniers will win it clean. Try to get a pass down to Alexiak. Seattle, this has not been their strength for faceoffs, but you couldn't say it so far in this game. They've been excellent. Capped in by Burakovsky as he switched with Beniers. Andre's got it now, the former Av. He'll fire it. This one blocked nicely. Let's see if this springs out the Avalanche off a 2-on-2. Opportunity now off the backhand. Kiviranta trying to center it through. And this one is cleaned up from the goal crease from Eli Tolvanen. Long outstretched pass now. Tolvanen tried to drop it, but he couldn't find Matty. And now Colorado runs into Tolvanen. A little pick on that play. As this is a hand in the air. This will be the first power play of the game. And it comes at 13-17. I think Tolvanen's going to be the guilty party. A little half pick there as he got all tangled up. I think he knew what he was doing, trying to stop anything that's center ice. So Colorado going to go to the power play. And an opportunity of the door is going to open for them to make it a 2-0 game.
Thanks. Oh, I got another double shot, double clean, double drop, double pump, double whip, double hop, double catch, double speed. But you see, I discovered doubles account at the end of this year. You are caught up.
You learn, you match.
Yeah, baby.
Unlimited cashback match.
Biggest thing I've learned so far, don't sweat the small stuff. No. Damn it. I'm in my way. No one like you. Just try not to overthink things. M&M's, all for a time.
We made a promise to our boy Blue that we would make the healthiest foods possible with the finest natural ingredients and real meat first. And that's our promise to you and your dog or cat. Because when you love them like family, you want to feed them like family.
Avalanche about to go on the power play, and I'm here with one of their top PKers and Yanni Gord. And Yanni, I know that this is an ideal situation, but tonight your line has gone up against MacKinnon's line. How do you contain them?
We know they're three excellent players. They play with tremendous pace and skill. We got to control the play, control the puck. If we do that, we're going to have a better chance to contain them.
Back underneath the action here, it is 1:40 left to go on Colorado's power play with 12:50 left to go in the second. Rantanen, Makar, Rister. This one bounces off of Grubauer. Seattle tried to get it out, but they throw it right to Cale as he pinched to the right side blue line. Here's Rantanen. Here's a ball for Makar. What a save for Philip Grubauer. That was a good save there, right in the middle of the high circles between Cale Makar against Philip Grubauer as Eli Tolvanen got an interference. They're all tied up alongside Ross Colton, but the first penalty of the game. just outside of maybe the 13-10 mark there. Rough math, as it's 12:40 left to go in the second. Joakim Ranta, the only goal right now for Colorado. MacKinnon tried to win this draw, but it's Larson now who gets the theft. Larson tries to push ahead for Yanni. Yanni for McCann. That is a blister of a shot as McCann got stonewalled by Onanen. And now Mittelstadt finally trying to make something happen in his own end. Colorado tries to go left to right on the power play. No kill. Makar is going to get booed when he touches the puck. Here's Nathan MacKinnon. Leave it for the Moose. This is a good stick in the lane for Yanni, and he will gain the blue. Start Colorado to get back on side again with Mikko Rantanen. They do just that as he sends it around the kick plate. Ross Colton, Mittelstadt, Makar. He'll ride that blue line. It's Nathan MacKinnon near the right dot. Back to the high slot is Cale. Now the Moose near the left dot. He's still surveying. Off his back skate. Leave now for Cale. Cale. Now back to Mikko as they kept on the outside. Rantanen waiting. This is too hard off the inboards as it's picked off by Seattle. Here's a chance. Good stick chop. Is this one? It was a great play from Makar. Denied a 2-on-1. Here is Nathan MacKinnon now for Kovalenko. Is going to get some power play time. Kovalenko sends it out in front. Seattle cleans it up. They throw it to an open area, but it's right to the Moose. Number 96 trying to do some work. There's Makar. Using that elite edges. Holds the board again. Now off his back skate. Will send a shot toward the net. Loose couple times. Grubauer will glove it up. 11:10 left to go in the second. Colorado looked dangerous for a moment. There was some good keep-ins there for Cale. That was probably their best chance to add another one here so far, but Seattle kept things clean as much as they needed to, and Tanev and Yanni Gordon did some great work there on the penalty kill. And if it wasn't for Cale Makar getting a stick in the lane, going on the opposite side of the zone, could have been a 2-on-1 for Seattle. Try to tie this one at 1. Again, it's 1-0 Colorado, but you can make the argument it should be about 3-1 for Seattle. Couple posts, couple good saves there for Onanen, and some good cycles, some good passing. It's been a good game so far for Seattle. Hopefully you can see a lot of that when I see them live in a few weeks. We put back behind the inboards now for Wright, and now sent in around the inboards again. They'll finish off a hit there for Turbo. Race for the puck as the icing gets waved off. Players were too close. As Eberle now trying to find Tolvanen as this one gets sticked away. Here's a slap shot. This one bounced out in front on it and makes the save. It got a piece of one of the Avs out in front as well. He was slow to get back to his feet, but will skid across his own power. Here's Gerard. Will have to get back on his defensive horse. Here's Wright. Good move off his backhand, but he gets shoved aside. Try to skate in with speed. Shane Wright and use that body. As Cartier tries to make a play. Shane Wright still trying to get a stick in the lane. And now Kiviranta will send this one here for Avon. He'll send it in. Now Riker Evans will look to push the other way as this will be settled back down now. We touch with the stick of Grubauer as we're halfway through the second. It's still 1-0. This one's tipped. And here comes Grubauer and falls down. I don't think it's going to cross the line. He was trying to find it in the air. It was a harmless clear from 100. He was falling down, and his defense is behind him to stop it from going across the line. It was just cleared in. It got tipped off an Avalanche stick in a hot potato as Will Borgen was on a knee on the red side red line to make sure it didn't cross. We'll go to break.
New iPhone 16 Pro and get a new iPad and Apple One all on us. Only Verizon.
We order Domino's online, we'll give you a free pizza to use for a future pizza emergency. So you'll have an emergency pizza. Free pizza when you need it most. There you go. Thank you. Enjoy. Let's see.
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him some Titian's treats.
What's up at DQ? 2 sauce and tossed chicken strip baskets, all white meat chicken, and your choice of really famous flavors, honey barbecue or Parmesan garlic. Hurry in, we enjoy flavors
to our boy Blue that we would make the healthiest foods possible with the finest natural ingredients and real meat first. And that's our promise to you and your dog or cat. Because when you love them like family, you want to feed them like family.
All right, so Frozen Frenzy coverage continues.
Back to Seattle, and the Avalanche have the 1-0 lead. We're here on ESPN. Over on ESPN2, Bucci, Weeksy, and PK are holding it down with the whip-around coverage of every game going on in the NHL. And fellas, how's it going over there?
It's an all staggered start, everyone a different start time, and some offense. Got 8-piece from Tampa Bay.
8-piece McLean from Tampa. 8, I told you, Gucci. Be real. I said at a certain that he's going to have a lot of offense. It is. A lot of offense.
That was an easy over on the ESPN. That's no doubt. All right. Mike Monaco, Cassie Campbell. They have the call in Seattle for the Kraken and the Avalanche.
Check back amongst the action here. Backhand a couple times. Stopped by Grubauer as they denied Ross Colton there with Mikko Rantanen on the doorstep. Now Jaden Shorts pushed the other way for Stevenson. That would have been offside, so smart decision there for Seattle. This is Colorado's puck. Good outstretched pass now for the Moose, power forward trying to use his body alongside Brandon Montour, who gets the steal. Again, there's been some interesting additions here for Seattle in the offseason. I'm not saying Chandler Stevenson and Brandon Montour aren't the right ones, but those are big deals. And I do think going forward, you may have, I'll just say this out loud, one more year, maybe another year and a half in which Seattle struggles, right? Where they're trying to find their way to get back into the playoffs. But I think toward the middle of that deal, year 3, year 4, you need this team to start getting into the second round and having long, sustained playoff runs, because that's what those signings are supposed to bring, respectability. Alexiak cleans out in front of the net as it knocks down Kovalenko, and Grubauer will take the shot from the blue line and hold it with the glove. 9-11 mark of the second. John, I'm here with you. Still 1-0 Avs. Joe Kiviranta, the only goal of the game. Shot board is 15-14. This game has been very competitive. And quite honestly, I have said a lot of good things about Seattle today in this broadcast. I feel like I have to. They've been really good as far as puck matriculation, getting shots, playing with speed. But the Avs are keeping them on the outside, and they're trying to keep the net in front of the crease there for Rantanen clean. I think they've done so. This has been a good game between two good teams. Shots by period are 9-3 for Colorado in this one right now, as they still lead 1-0. Adam Larson gets his pass ahead alongside Cartier. Turbo with him on the right side. Ty going to let one go. He already grazed the post in the first, opening off the first rush of the game right off the draw. This one will get sent in. Cartier now tries to locate with Turbo. This will leave now for Riker Evans. He's getting all sorts of trouble here, but Turbo's going to bail him out. Turbo now will gain this one across the red line. Here's a good pass. This is trying to get around Sam Girard, go D to D, but nobody is there. And now Riker will just catapult this in around a slap shot. This will bounce. And near the right side, Colorado tries to flip it out. They cannot get it out. This is near the right dot. Here is a pass across. This one blocked a couple times. Logan O'Connor, good defense. It's loose. Backhand scores! Jared McCann with a highlight reel. And we are tied. That was excellent work. That kind of happened out of nowhere for Jared McCann. He's going to take it with some silky mitts. And this game's tied at uno with 8:03 left to go in the second. We'll have to take another look and see how it happened. But Seattle, just a couple more times, keeping the puck into the zone, keeping the play alive. Eberle with a stick lift, and McCann backhand on a one-on-one against Rantanen. After the captaincy and Eberle wins it, Girard tries to find it, and then a backhand finish. A goal scorer's goal is right from Cassie Campbell. And man, oh man, Jared McCann made that look too easy, as he says, bring it with the reactions. It's tied at 1. McCann with his fourth. He had 29 last year. He was a 40 goal scorer in his first year. Former Toronto Maple Leaf. I bet they wish they still had him. Matty Beniers now trying to find it. It's a good pass. Matty's not going to be able to hold it in. And look out now for Seattle. Will Borgen has to retreat off his back ski. Seattle look to start again. Jared McCann has just tied it at one with a nasty backhanded goal and a really good play for Jordan Eberle to get a stick on it, to get away from Sam Girard. It's 1-1. Here's an opportunity now off the pin. Alexiak tries to find a Burakovsky. Pretty smart play there for Olli Tolvanen and across the wall. Tolvanen will lose it for a moment as Sam Girard. Here's McKinnon on a breakaway! And it's stopped by Grubauer. He drops his stick. We'll see if he's okay. Olli Tolvanen now. He'll drop it for Burakovsky. Rister. This one blocked. Burakovsky now off the spin and turn. And now Colorado, Ross Colton will spring Nathan MacKinnon off a 1-on-3. It's still with MacKinnon. His sauce. Picked off by Chandler. Chandler Stevenson, a little kick ahead. This is going to work out for Jaden Shorts. Now to the right side, it'll be knocked away with an errant stick. Now MacKinnon will leave it ahead now for Ross Colton with a ripper. This is saved by Grubauer, but Grubauer made the biggest save of the game just about 15 seconds ago when he robbed Nathan MacKinnon on a breakaway as Jared McCann just scored for Seattle to tie this game at 1. And I'm really glad we decided to do this game right now. If it's a solo call for me, so be it. But this is the game of the night right now for me. I know there's been a ton of goals scored in some of these other ones, but these are two really good teams going at each other right now. And we're seeing every sort of bit of skill. We're seeing some good puck movement across the zone, some good passing, good defensive play. I'm really happy that we took this one today. That's what I was hoping for going into this playoff matchup from a couple seasons ago. Casey Mittelstadt against Stevenson. If Stevenson loses, he'd still be at 50%, but he will win it. Now 6-10. Seattle try to take this one right to left for the rest of the second. Somebody blows a tire. Mittelstadt able to find a way to keep this puck alive. This is picked up off the back skate from Malinsky. He gets dispossessed by Shorts. Now Malinsky's got to recover. And across the left side red line. Joel Kiviranta and Jared McCann are your goal scorers here. McCann just popped ones in the second to make it a 1-1 game, just one goal apiece on both periods. Here is Larson, Riker Evans, and now Jaden Shorts. DeHaan loses the puck for a moment, but Seattle does gain the blue line. As everybody else for Jared Bednar's squad going to get back on side. Here is Larson. He's wearing the A. Again, his number one defensive partner, Vince Dunn. I don't think he's going to miss too much time, but he will miss the next few games, I believe, as they'll have this homestand, and then they'll go back for the road, and then back when I go see them, it'll be a 5-game homestand for Seattle. So they'll even it back up. McCann, the latest goal scorer. Try to get this now from Borgen off the spin. Wood absorbs a hit, and now Colorado will get this one across the tentacle S for Girard. I'll fire it in. Here is an opportunity now for Wood. Try to go ahead and get the puck as Borgen gets dispossessed by Kiviranta. The shot goes wide. Here is Cale Makar. He'll funnel it toward the net now. Pick it back up again. He scores! Off the tip in front. I don't think it's going to belong to Cale. Maybe it will. But he saw all the traffic in front of the net. He let it go and he scored. And now Colorado has taken the lead. And Kiviranta might have his second goal of the game. He had just 4 last season for Colorado. He's already got 2. Wasn't much as this was putting him behind the inboards now. Cale Makar got his first shot blocked, and I think Kiviranta got a stick on it from Makar's shot at the left side point. That's what I think we're going to get as a deflection goal for Kiviranta. He's got a second, so who says he doesn't have a silky pair of hands? 2-1 now for the Avs. This has been a really good game, and I can't get over how well Seattle's played, and yet they're still down. Here's another shot. Rantanen. This one's saved by Grubauer. Yanni Gord. Send this back in behind the inboards now. Picked up now for Seattle. Off the long flip, Turbo trying to get inside positioning, but this one is held by Onanen. 4:40 left to go in the second. So the Kraken still trail 2-1 now as Gabriel gets his second of the game. Back-to-back goals and back-to-back periods answers Jared McCann's filthy backhanded effort as his 2016 on the shot board for the Avs. And now they'll go offsides with 4:16 left in the second.
Colorado's got the lead once again here in Seattle.
Well, it was Jared McKinnon with his fifth of the season, and right back at it, Gabriel Landeskog with his second of the night. It's 2-1 Colorado.
ESPN Bet is an NHL official partner and the official sportsbook of ESPN. This is Clem. Clem's not a morning person, or a night person, or a people person, but he is, and I can solve this important ways person. That person is impossible to replace. We need Clem. Clem needs benefits. Work with principals so we can help you help Clem with retirement benefits plan that's right for him. Let our expertise and have yours.
To us, envy is a good thing. It motivates us and it pursues of better. Like crafting a bourbon. Even angels see it. Angels envy. What a
NHL on ESPN Plus is back. Enjoy 1,000+ automated games, exclusive matchups, marquee NHL events, and so much more. That's hot. ESPN Plus. Sign up today.
Check out some numbers powered by the SAP Coaching Insights app. Bednar said to his pregame that asked him who has impressed him the most. Some of our top guys and our top guys. Tonight they've got.
So for Jared Bednar, no surprise. Mikko Rantanen 4 goals, 7 assists, and the MacKinnon 2 and 9. Cale Makar 2 and 11. Right now, that top line of the three, that trio has an assist and 6 shots to go across. But Casey Mittelstadt, Ross Colton have been good. Alkiviranto's got a pair today. It's been scoring by committee right now for the Avalanche, spearheaded by their 3 horsemen that they have to have. And again, with all the injuries, we talk about the suspension of Valeri Nichushkin. There's a lot to do for this Colorado team, and they're still very dangerous. Alongside for Seattle, they've played well this year. So I was looking forward to this matchup today, and it's not disappointed right now. It's 4:10 left to go in this second period. Solo call for me. Again, not sure how I feel about that, but we will press on in this frozen frenzy. I'm trying to maintain my voice in the pipes. I'll get you some scoring updates as we get toward the end of the second. Dispossessed a couple times by Matty Beniers was Mittelstadt, and now they will gain the blue line. Start this in their own zone now, does Logan O'Connor. Try to get this one from Marchenko. Send it toward the cage now for Ivan. And this one goes wide. Sam Linsky. This is sent it out toward the right side. Logan O'Connor. Off the spin and turn. It's Matty. Matty will get this one for Ellie Tolvanen. And now Riker Evans will clean it up. And behind the cage, Riker Evans going to get it back now from Tolvanen. But he gets dispossessed by Mittelstadt, the former Sabre. Sam Linsky, outstretched from 60, spring the left wing side for Colorado. Thought about the wraparound, did the Avalanche and Ross Colton, but it got canceled off for Nathan MacKinnon. MacKinnon's back out there with Ross Colton. He's already got 6 on the season. MacKinnon. Now he'll send it D to D near the left side. Here is Gerard. Back from Manson. Now MacKinnon toward Rantanen, and that one goes to the right side. It's tipped out of the air. Picked up now by Gerard. As we'll slam this around the kick plate now for Rantanen. Take it D to D. Here is Gerard from Manson. MacKinnon back in behind the net. MacKinnon now spin and turn. They can't take him off the puck. An inside-out move for MacKinnon. We'll take this one as he absorbs a hit. Back now to MacKinnon. He'll loft it one-handed. This one picked off now by Larson. But it's still very busy. This has been Colorado's best pressure of the game so far. And this is with even strength. That's been a lot of Seattle's forte today. MacKinnon's pass. It's blocked, but it goes right to Manson anyway. As this is bounced away and toward the left side boards. Back to Nathan now. He's been unrelenting. What a pass to Manson. Eyes in the back of his head. And what a save by Grubauer. Man, oh man, what a feed there from Nathan MacKinnon to Josh Manson. He was on the opposite end near the left side blue line, sends it across to the right dot for Manson. That was a good save near the right post for Philip Grubauer. So players to make Avalanche debut this season: Calvin DeHaan, Avon, Parker Kelly, Kovalenko, Oliver Shillington, Josh Ludwig, Calvin Ritchie, and Matt Steinberg, all rookies here for the Avs. They're dealing with all that while they're getting a bunch of heavy hitters back a little bit later in the year. Right now, in this shots by period, it's 16-4 Colorado. It's still 2-1, but they feel like they're just trying to survive here as Colorado's trying to make that press. Again, they're 2-4 on the year, so Colorado doesn't want to fall back behind too much in the Central. You can just ask that to the National Predators here. 1:40 left to go in the second, but it's been a good game nonetheless. Jared McCann, as now it's Brandon Montour, try to find something with speed, still with it. I think he finally went off sides. It was a warbling puck in between three Avalanche. He almost found a way to get in the zone himself. So next Tuesday, ESPN Hockey Night, it's going to be Rangers Caps. That's going to be a really good one at 7:30. The late game, maybe not so much between the Kings and Sharks because no Macklin celebrating. But the way the Rangers and the way the Caps have played this year to start, I think that one's going to be a must tune in on Tuesday. Might be one I cover, depending on what we got in the schedule. If anything coincides with the World Series, it's going to take precedent alongside Alec Nava and myself. 1:25 left to go here in the second. Joel Kiviranta just scored again to answer Jared McCann's goal to Hahn. As this gets knocked away near the left side dot, here are the Avs. It's swollen up a little bit with the vulcanized rubber. Jaden Shorts try to push the other way now with Jamie Alexiak. Alexiak got Tanev with and will take the wrister and it's stopped by Onanen. With 1:05 left to go in the middle stanza.
Figure out is the new head coach here.
Where do you think he's at in that process of putting his fingerprints on this game?
Well, I think it's still early, figuring who he can challenge and how much and the different personalities, the detail that goes into coaching. And I think it does take some time to see.
Offensive zone draw for Seattle. Chandler Stevenson can't win it this time as this one's played on the back end. That is where Seattle, we talk about where they've really struggled in on the draw. You bring in somebody like Chandler Stevenson, who's the best in the business, that'll kind of rectify some of those numbers. You'd think games are late when you have a chance, games that are within a goal like this one is, possible empty net pulls maybe that we get into the third period. There is a lot to think about as far as that should benefit Seattle coming down as they're profiling Jessica Campbell, the assistant coach, first female coach in NHL history. She's done a pretty good job so far alongside power plays, timeouts, everything else, trying to get everything squared away. And it doesn't matter. If she does really good with her job, that's all that needs to be talked about. With 40 seconds left to go in the second. Larson can't find it. And we get a penalty against, I think, Seattle. And we had tripping here against Mikko Rantanen. I saw him fall down to a knee. This is not a good one to take in Chandler Stevenson. So you get your best faceoff man and one of your better penalty killers off the ice. And then you're going to get a fresh sheet of ice if they don't score within 35.7 as he gets a stick right underneath the skates of the Moose. So a tripping call late. This is a very critical kill here for the Kraken. They played too well to be behind 2 goals, but that's the possibility right now. It's got Nathan MacKinnon on the off wing. He's not taking the draw. And now Cale Makar just inexplicably loses it. You got Colton, McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, and Casey Mittelstadt. It's probably going to be that same line on a fresh sheet of ice if they don't score here late in the second. Nathan MacKinnon, now to Cale. Cale ride the blue line to Casey Mittelstadt. Now on the high slot, Cale. Extra touch pass for MacKinnon. Now Cale sauce pass. Fake the slapper. MacKinnon still with it. He'll shoot the wrister. And this one goes in. Man, oh man, it happens that quickly. Nathan MacKinnon through the screen. That was a very poor penalty for Chandler Stevenson to take, and he just kind of wondered that seesaw was going to tip into Colorado's advantage. You can't give him an opportunity with this kind of a lethal unit, and they score. Nathan MacKinnon, 8 seconds left to go, and that might change the very complexion of this game. Pretty standard play across the bumper from Makar and MacKinnon. They get this toward the right side in between the circles, and MacKinnon, this one is just in between the screen. I don't think Grubauer ever tracked it. Too much bodies in front as MacKinnon let it go, and that was a good shot, maybe partially off the outside of the left mesh and in. Colorado up 3-1, and it looks like that's how they're going to end the second. So Stevenson didn't even get an opportunity to think about it, but he will now. 120 minutes in that dressing room. Seattle's down 3-1. They haven't even played all that poorly, but now they're going to have to find a way to score some goals against the Avs because they took control of that second period. The 31-1-5 when leading after 2. And that's what they got facing them in the final 20 when we come back.
That great first period by Seattle is now well forgotten, right? That McKinnon really hurts. But Rantanen now, he's got his first career multi-goal game, and he now has 3 goals this season. He had 3 goals all of last season. Colorado would appear to be now in.
Yeah, but I think Seattle is reestablishing once again their identity that they have to play with that success at that level. So they did it in the first period. Yes, but you got to do it for a full 60. They got some young players that are learning how to do it every night, so they got to bring it in the third. That's it.
Artturi plays top-end talent, and there's a big difference between the top-end talent of Colorado that's supposed to be the Kraken, and it's evident in that period. They don't need a lot of opportunities to score. Krakens play 2 decent periods, but they just are having trouble scoring. Colorado gets a couple chances in the net, so it's just Artturi plays top-end talent this week. It's a different thing.
You can lose to top-end talent.
So let's take a look at the shot board. We finally got a couple power plays, and the Avalanche are 1 for 2. Shots on goal, 22-17 Colorado. They took advantage of that second period. 13-10 on the hits. Face-offs. And again, Seattle led all of these at the end of 1. Now tied at 18.
You could have done it in a British accent.
That's helpful, Grant. For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Let me see if the Red Wings hold on to a 1-0 victory over the Islanders. It would be huge. Patrick Kane has the only goal. That's on the FanDuel Sports Network. It's not Belly anymore. I got to get used to saying that.
With it, they're going to be. The goalie is pulled down, 249. So face-off becomes so much more critical right now. Who else? Little Larkin taking the break.
Rock Nelson, Larkin, moving, at goal, far side, with Sire. Off the draw. Round by Edmondson, they'll take that. On an icing, and that's it down the ball side windows. On the other side now with Pacho. Larkin will try to sweep back in the backhands and came right. To the left circle, back for Sire. And knocked down by Mike Riley. Nelson swings wide left. He's got it. Forced there by Raymond. And at the line, they can't get in smoothly. There's Riley back. Riley took a lot of time. Here's Thompson. League pass stepping up as Edmondson helped with the playoffs.
2:14 left to go in the third between Detroit and New York. And this one is 1-0 courtesy of Patrick Kane in the first. But an empty net, Valeri Nichushkin is out of the pipes. Trying to follow along here from this ESPN Frozen Frenzy. Flames have a 1-0 lead over the Pens. After one, Rasmus Anderson from Justin Kirkland and Ryan Lundberg. Dustin Wolf, 12 of 12. And Alex Nedeljkovic, 11 of 12. Flames trying to improve to 5-0-1 and 3-0-0 at home at the Settle Dome. Jets are up 3-2 on the Blues. The Canucks still up 4-2 on the Blackhawks. We saw it was in the first, no goals in the second. 3-1 in our featured game between the Avs and Kraken. The Preds still up 1-0 late in the second against the Bruins. Oilers are up 2-0 against the Hurricanes, 11:05 in the second. Sharks and Ducks, Kings and Golden Knights still yet to get going. Lightning win 8-5 over the Devils. We told you about the Sabres and Stars. That's 4-2 final at KeyBank for Buffalo. Rangers all over the Canadiens 7-2. And Blue Jackets, it was all Blue Jackets over the Leafs 6-2. As we're getting a live look here between the Wings and the Islanders, it's still 1-0. Patrick Kane has the only goal. We're in the third with 1:05 left and an empty net. Matthew Barzal, as this one gets sticked away by Lucas Raymond. It's a race for the puck now. Rasmussen can't find it. And now Detroit with under a minute left. They have just 10 shots on goal in this game, and they may win 1-0. J.G. Pajot puts us around the end boards. I can't believe I just saw that. Here is Noah Dobson. Alex Lyon makes the save. As we're down to 40 seconds. This is near the right side boards. Andrew Kopp will try to locate JG with Brock Nelson. Here's Kopp. He gets inside positioning as the Red Wings try to get this across the blue. And they can't. Here is Dobson now off the pinch with Brock Nelson. It is out in front, and Alex Lyon will hold it on a bouncing puck. 21 seconds left. That was awfully close. Brock Nelson had it out in front a couple of times alongside Anders Lee. And Alex Lyon, as is bounced out between J.G. Pajot in a scramble, he'll hold. He is the number one star. I know Patrick Kane's got the only goal. Bill Larkin's got to get this draw for Detroit. Try to go 3-3 on the year. They're 2-3, and the crowd boos as it looks like it was drawn unfairly. But again, if it gets another opportunity for New York, they'll take it. Can't believe it. It's 29-10 on the shot board. Patrick Kane's got the only goal. Sider. He can't get it out. It bounced off the referee, and now this will go across the blue line, down to 10. And now New York's got to go quickly. Islanders trying to get this one in, down to 5. Sider slamming around the inboards, and the Red Wings, this will be iced with a second left, unless they can find something right off the draw for a quick shooting play. The Red Wings, despite being outshot 29-10, might take this one 1-0, and they'll get 3 games, which they say goalies don't steal it. 3 games for Detroit, because both games in Nashville, Talbot and Lyon played very well, and now Alex Lyon here, that are stolen for the Wings. You can make the argument they should be 0-6, but they'll be 3-3 off of a very hellish schedule here for Detroit, and they'll take it. We'll see with the second left. It's Larkin and Pajot. All that's left is the draw. That's it. Alex Lyon, a 29-save shutout for Detroit, and Detroit only had 10 shots on goal. First time recording 2 shutouts in the first 6 games against Concrete, Ty Conklin, and Jimmy Howard, 11-12. Talbot, a shutout against Nashville, and Lyon, a shutout against the Islanders today. They have no business winning either one of those games, and they did, and they're 3-3. They keep saying they don't get goaltending help. Well, they certainly have at the beginning of the year, because Red Wings, you can make the argument again. I could say 0-6 or 1-5, but they're 3-3 now. I'm starting to right the ship with their goaltending. My goodness, that's a steal of a win for Detroit.
You can't hide the fact that Allen's line was the difference in this one. Tremendous.
Be right back, everybody. I'm just going to grab some water real quick.
We ordered Domino's online. We'll give you a free pizza to use for a future pizza emergency. So you'll have an emergency pizza. A free pizza? Here you go.
Thank you.
When you need it most.
Things started off great, but once the new wore off,
They changed.
in the beginning, I got gifts, like the phone,
And the next thing you know, it's like I'm invisible.
So I switched up and got me a new phone carrier.
don't double wireless yada yada. Now with Metro Flex, new and existing customers are treated the same. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro.
We made a promise to our boy Blue that we would make the healthiest foods possible with the finest natural ingredients and real meat first. And that's our promise to you and your dog or cat. Because when you love them like family, you want to feed them like family.
In response to the trade rumors we keep hearing about.
Oh, we talking about moving? Not the trade. Not the trade. We're talking about moving. No thanks.
You could use open door, so I got strapped in now. It's easy.
I guess we're moving.
Is Gen Z the laziest generation?
Yeah.
We don't work hard.
We expect big promotions right away.
We're addicted to screen time.
So worried about self-care.
And we don't adhere to dress codes.
We always want everything handed to us. Kids these days.
Welcome back to the Discover Second Intermission Report. Final game of the night, final game of the Frozen Frenzy. It's also the final game of the LA Kings 7-game road trip to open the season. So Ryan Callahan said, let's make it as late as possible. 11:20 Eastern, 8:20 local time in Vegas. They're going to drop the puck finally. Callie, and when they do, we'll find a Vegas team that was already uber talented, I think. I think people forget how they sort of stole Tomas Hertl at the trade deadline, sort of stuck it under the wire there. Now he's got a chance to have a real impact with this already star-studded team.
Yeah, Leeds, you're right. And right at the trade deadline, they picked him up, but he was injured at the time, so it took him a little bit of time to come back. And then also into playoffs. Talking to Bruce Cassidy before this game, he said, Thomas Hertl still isn't 100% comfortable yet with the new system, new team, new organization coming over from San Jose. But for Vegas, they lose a guy like Marchessault, who's a big part of that room, obviously a huge part of that offense. I think Hertl's a guy that needs to step up this year, fill those shoes. And he's a guy to do it. Centerman, big, lanky, he knows how to score goals. He's played in big games. So Vegas is looking for big things from Hertl once he gets comfortable with the new system and the new organization.
All right, that's the big game coming up. Take it easy on Roxy post game too, okay? Always. That'll be a dandy coming up. We still got one more play in Seattle. That's the best team in the league. Right now, best team in the league.
Senators are destroying Utah Hockey Club right now, 4-0, as they just started the second. Just had to get some extra water here. I can already feel my voice going. That's not good. Considering I have an assignment on Saturday, I'm going to have to take it easy tomorrow.
Yeah, well, if you're Seattle, get your notepads out. When Cale, Makar, and Nathan MacKinnon are moving and they're dynamic like that, that's the result you get. PK, we understand you can be very busy. I know some get some coffee on your sleeve. Don't remind me.
I gotta go. I'm taking this with me.
I don't care what you guys say. I'm taking this to propane tank.
I'm taking the coffee. I'm taking my snacks. Go feed and Gucci and Weeksy there. We'll see you later. This has been the Discovery Second Edition Report.
Why settle for less when you can get the new $7 Bucks Cravings box?
The late game is going to start 11 Eastern between the Golden Knights and the Kings. Once my game is done, we send it off the YouTube site. I'll probably be watching Flames and Pens, and then the late game as well as I type this one up. I'll help the sports guy. Per usual, glad to be able to give you all the scoring updates for the Frozen Frenzy. It's been a lot of fun to follow along. I really like nights like this. It's a shame I couldn't work with anybody tonight, as the Jets are now up 3-2 on the Blues.
Giant candies. You have a bite.
Run for your lives!
He's a little dramatic. You sure I'm gonna be okay? I'll be fine.
Blues have just scored in the third to make it 3-2 as it's 90 seconds left. Brandon Saad's got his second from Kyrou and Robert Thomas. Bennington 21-24, Connor Hellebuck 25-27.
This is an SUV that really understands that. The Lexus RX.
And you have this dream every night?
Yeah, every night.
You see.
Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty.
Meet Ron. Ron eats, sleeps, and breathes booze.
Us? Not us.
Not a no-look pass, double-double, or a buzzer beater, he won't wax poetic on ad nauseum. But oh, how he can nail a software solution like the best high-screen pick-and-roll you've ever seen. You need Ron. Ron needs a retirement plan. Work with Principal so we can help you help Ron with a retirement and benefits plan that's right for him. Let our expertise round out yours.
At Verizon, every phone can be the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. Wow. Why Verizon?
At Verizon, new and existing customers can get iPhone 16 Pro and the new iPad all at once. Only at Verizon. We made a promise to our boy Blue that we would make the healthiest foods possible with the finest natural ingredients and real meat first. And that's our promise to you and your dog or cat. Because when you love them like family, you want to feed them like family.
All rights to this broadcast are reserved. And if we broadcast recording retransmission by use of this broadcast without express written consent.
Going to get started for the third period. It is, let's take a look at this one more time. There's been so much hockey. 3-1 Colorado. Joel Kiviranta has a pair. The MacKinnon's got one on the power play as Chandler Stevenson took a late trip. That one really hurt. Jared McCann with an excellent no-look backhand off the effort from Jordan Eberle, the captaincy, who tied the game at 1 until Kiviranta and Nathan MacKinnon said they had other ideas. Good game, though, for Seattle, but in the second, I will say that they got bottled up a little bit, and there was a lot of chances as the big boys continued to get to work. They had some breaks. Nathan MacKinnon used his speed. Cale Makar, some late edges, keep the puck in the zone as well. Had several keep-ins near the left side blue line as Seattle was trying to get the puck out, and it turns into goals from shots from the point, and then the power play from Stevenson off the trip. So Cale Makar officially 14 points leads the NHL in points as this is sent in. Again, that's your defenseman being able to do all that. The second coming of Bobby Orr, who I never got a chance to watch, but that's what they say. He really is that skilled. As Devon Toews, now for MacKinnon, slap shot. This one goes wide, try to pinball it off the outside of an open cage, and this will be recollected, this may be another penalty against Seattle. Chandler Stevenson, none to please, as I think Alexiak going to go to the box. And the wheels up the bus might start to fall off here. I know Alec had a busy night to open it up with the Celtics and the Knicks. I won't have him do a whole bunch of speaking if he doesn't want to, but I will bring him in as we're going to get settled here for this third period. Outstretched stick, and yeah, the trip is cold, so Colorado is going to get an opportunity to go back to man advantage as Alexiak will sit hopefully for 2 minutes. Last time it did not happen for Chandler Stevenson. So it'll be a D-zone draw for the Kraken, as this is sent around the end boards now for Jared McCann. McCann will flip this one down the length of the ice. Alec, yeah, I know you've had a long day with the NBA opener, but you walk right into the NHL Frozen Frenzy. I hope that we get more days like this, my friend. It's so nice to watch this full scoreboard going on. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hopefully it's on a weekend for an NHL Frozen Frenzy. On a Tuesday, you know, they're going to have their kids going to school tomorrow with one game over at 11 Eastern. Well,
Yeah.
It might not accommodate for everything, but how about Saturday could do for another one of these Frozen Frenzy games? You got to save from Grubauer on a power play. Mikko rented out with the shot, but so far so good. The Celtics they sent a single game 3-point record, which made 29 shots. They were trying for number 30, but they would have budged there.
That's absolutely crazy. So you already got pretty much near history in the opener. Again, you had Celtics Knicks, correct? So, I mean, that's a really good trade to start that one for Karl Anthony Towns. How did he look tonight?
So, Karl Anthony Towns so far, it's going to take some time to mesh in with the Knicks, but it's been rough going for Mikal Bridges early. He didn't have a single point that first half. Second half, he started to get going and into his element, but it was a little too late for him because it was a complete blowout because of the domination by the Celtics. Jason Tatum, how about his 8 3-pointers as well?
That is no joke. And between him and Jaylen Brown, who can do a ton of damage. Right now we're looking at Colorado's power play as Jared McCann scored a very pretty no-look backhand to tie this at 1. But Joe Kiviranta already has 2. He had 4 last season. It's Kovalenko now with Kelvin Ritchie. Ritchie will drop it now for Toews. Toews will send it back now to Sam Girard. Girard will put this one across the end board as this is slap-shotted and sent back down. This will take a look now for Justice Onanen. And a little bit of a disgruntled Riker Evans goes ahead to the bench as this one is sent in off the end boards now. Picked up now back and across for even strength. Montour tries to locate it. Brandon Montour off his backhand will be intercepted now by Devon Toews. I'll make sure I get Alec back in here. I don't know if the space crashed or anything else, but we'll get him back in here. Again, there's still a few other scoring updates to be able to bring to you across the board as you get a little half and half. The Canucks and Blackhawks haven't scored since the first period, but it's still 4-2 Vancouver. And the Predators trying to avoid an 0-6 start, 0-5 at home. They lead 2-0 against the Bees.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi acted up, but Toronto and Columbus got another huge win, 6-2 over their Duluth. The spirit of Johnny Hockey is around in Ohio's capital.
That's what you hope for on that side as you continue along. I don't think anybody's going to be upset if the Blue Jackets go on a run. Honestly, that's what you want to be able to see, and hopefully that they can do well. There's going to be those tributes all the way across the NHL. I know that we'll follow those, especially when Blue Jackets and the Flames play each other. A couple chances toward the net. Good save by Onanen as this goes all the way back now for Seattle. We'll have to start this in their own end. The shot board reads 23-18. Again, it was the second period. It's Matty Beniers. Now he gets dispossessed of the puck by Sam Girard. As this will be picked up now by Beniers. Sharp angled chance, and Onanen will hold.
Target photo was Brandon Montour from the bottom of the left circle, and Beniers working at the trapezoid area. So Detroit with a huge victory. When was the last time that a team got a win, 1-0, while only shooting 10 times towards the net? While the other team fired 29 times. What's the last time the team won 1-0 with just 10 shots on goal?
I was looking at that because now instead of Bally Sports, it's called FanDuel, and I didn't see it. They didn't show it. I don't think I've ever heard of anything like that. I can make the argument, Alec. I know that they're 3-3 now, the Red Wings on the year. I know Nashville lost the first couple games to Detroit, but they actually outplayed. That's a good save by Rantanen. They actually outplayed Detroit pretty badly. I can make the argument Detroit should be 0-6, but they got 3 goaltender wins already this year.
So far, the goaltending has been very good.
This is picked up now for Seattle. Again, that was Alex Lyon is the one that saved Detroit's bacon as Patrick Kane scored his first of the year. We got 15:50 left to go officially in this third. Watching this one on ESPN. Again, the late game will be the Golden Knights and the Kings. That doesn't even start until after 11 Eastern. Chance right out in front a couple times. Oh, how did that not go in? My goodness. Philip Grubauer with a ridiculous save.
I am just as surprised as you are with Philip Grubauer reaching out to left side, sprawling side to rob his former team of what would have been a 4th goal of the game. We're down.
Colorado now will press. Casey Mittelstadt near the left side off the drop. Here's a chance that gets partially blocked by the Avs. Didn't mean to do it. And this gets deflected on a play. Hopefully we get another look at that because Grubauer made his best save of the game. Riker Evans, there was Logan O'Connor on the doorstep twice and then off the side of the net the second time.
Well, I thought that Grubauer had that one towards the side of the net. It looked very neck and neck, but O'Connor had a wide open look at the right side of that net, just had nothing but that right side cage. Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
We just saw Alec across his scoreboards here on ESPN. The Winnipeg Jets are 6-0 to begin the season as Kyle Connor scores the game winner.
Yeah, I never expected the Winnipeg Jets to start the season 6-0. With the pieces they lost between Monahan, Toffoli, you expect some bit of regression for them. So far, it's not happening. They're still here and around, but we'll have to see how long this goes.
We're going to have to see, too, for Seattle if they drop this one as Colorado goes off sides. The next opponent for Seattle is Winnipeg and then Carolina. It does not get any easier for them.
And speaking of Carolina, down 2-0 to the Edmonton Oilers, both goals from McDavid. You figured there'd be some sort of a turnaround for the Oilers after an 0-3 start. They have not lost 4 in a row under Chris Knobloch, especially after that Stanley Cup final. But you'd wonder, you're good with offense. You got Jeff Skinner and Victor Arvidsson added to that forward core. I would wonder about how the defense holds up the same after they lost Ogle, McLeod, CC, and some key defensive pieces.
Yeah, there were some big losses on the back end defense in those bottom sixes you mentioned, Alex. So I do think it will take Edmonton some time, but we do expect them to go on a good run. Maybe not like it was in mid-January as Jaden Shorts gets denied and tight for Monahan. All sorts of traffic. Seattle's got to get this to the net. Stevenson now for Shorts. Right side dot slot. Stevenson fired it wide. This goes off the outside of the cage for Montour. Chandler Stevenson now will collect with Shorts, and he can't find it as this one goes back down the ice. 8-5 between the Bolts and Devils. We're going to cover that one a few times. Lightning have looked really good to start the year. They were on the back-to-back with the Leafs, who pounded them yesterday, but they get a big win against the Devils today. And I couldn't believe that Buffalo actually took out Dallas, winning 4-2. That's a big result. As this goes up the backhand now for Matty Beniers. Tolvanen tries to locate it, but Nathan MacKinnon is in his own end as we got 13:30 left to go in this third. Alec Nava has been gracious enough to drum me after pulling double duty, but he's not going to have to do the play-by-play. He already did that. There's this one sent in and across the tentacle S, and now sent back around for Andrei Burakovsky. Here is Larson. Larson tried to leave it for Beniers, but this will just work him behind the inboards for Cale Makar. Spin and turn. Tolvanen tries to keep it in, and now Kiviranta. Schenkel will send this one in now. As Ivan will try to go ahead and put the body on Larson. Larson now will lose it. Tolvanen is going to run into a phone booth. One-timer, good save, Grubauer.
was almost so close for Seattle. It gave Kraken fans a heart attack about that call from Colton. They scooped it up, fired a one-timer towards the slot. Grubauer made sure that was not going to get through any bit. How about Vancouver? 2 goals in 28 seconds in the third period. Brock Besser on the power play. Piss Suter to make it 6-2.
They're trying to get back on the front foot, right, Alec? Again, they got a lot of points on the year, but they need to get some more wins. And Kiviranta, as you went to break, that was the one-timer. Kiviranta is almost on a hat-trick bingo card.
That was not either. Especially after that Game 7, which he had in 2020. Him getting another hat-trick would be something special for him in a Colorado youth uniform. Well, how funny things work out.
Yeah, you never know, especially on a night like this when everybody's in action. We've seen some interesting results. Alec, I know the Panthers are dealing with a little bit of injury, but they're still 4-3-1. But are you buying into this wild 4-0-2 start and the Caps that are 4-1 on the year? Because these are 2 teams that I didn't expect to get off to such a hot start this year.
You know, Washington, I could buy into their start in a sense, given their offseason with Dubois, Mangiapane, Radish, Chikrin.
Yeah.
The offseason additions have been paying off. Logan Thompson has been very nicely in a 1A, 1B 10 with Charlie Lindgren. So Washington may be in for a serious playoff push this season if they continue to pick this up where they go up. The Wild, if we're talking buying or selling, I think I'm selling in this one for the Wild. Next year may be the true first year in which I can see and take the Wild as serious playoff contenders. If they want to go the route they want to build on with an offseason which they make a serious push. They extended Brock Faber, and they're giving all the big bucks to their key guys, Kaprizov, Boldy, Faber. So, but what about the rest of their core? You got to build around the same core as well. I just feel like the Parise and Suter buyouts are going to bite them this season instead of last year, in which they will have to deal with the brunt of the Parise and Suter buyouts. But after this year, they can start spending.
I don't disagree with you, and I think I'm probably underselling. I think you kind of settled me a little bit. I'm probably underselling the Caps because of all the moves that they made. Because, I mean, look, that last season, the players won't tell you it was an aberration that they made the playoffs. We knew that they were going to get smoked by New York. But, hey, we made it. Let's go add in the offseason and figure out what we can do. Spencer Carberry has been excellent as a bench boss for them. That we both agreed on. And I'm pretty impressed with the Caps right now because, as you said, as we get closer toward this American Thanksgiving into next month, if the Caps are still in the spot that they are and the Wild are still in the spot that they are, we could be talking about 2 playoff teams.
We could. And just as we speak, Brian Rust is tied it at Calgary 1-1.
That's another team that has been off to a surprising start in Calgary, but Brian Rust trying to bring the pain for the Pens as we continue to follow along on this frozen frenzy. This is sent in now for the Moose and Mikko Rantanen in Colorado. I wouldn't say that they're just stonewalling here right now, but they really took advantage of that second period when Seattle played great in the first, and they scored a late power play goal alongside that's kind of really pushed it for Nathan MacKinnon as they lead 3-1. MacKinnon centering feet as this goes back in behind the cage of Philip Grubauer. Again, he is getting the start tonight over Joey Decord because usually Grubauer plays well against his former team. And Justice Onanen got the start today alongside Alex Gergiev, who's really struggled. This goals against is almost pretty much at 4 at this point. So they're going to get a lot of pieces back eventually, and they're going to need some goaltending. They also signed Kaapo Kakkonen off of waivers for Colorado, so there's still a lot to do. As Yanni Gord try to send this one now for Bjorkstrand. This is kept in for Brandon Montour. Still not used to seeing him in a Seattle uniform. I still think he should be on the Panthers. As this one sent in, Bjorkstrand now holds it, puts it around the inboards. This is kept in by Montour. Gord with a back pass, but it doesn't hit anybody besides the Avalanche. As this one split back down the ice. Shot board is 25-19 as the icing is waved off. And we're almost halfway now, officially through the third. John Hunter with you alongside Alec Nava. I think we will be meeting up one more time this week. I'll get the confirmation once we get the commercial break at least, because I know the World Series is going to be getting underway on Friday night. As this is a long pass. And across the blue line, Turbo will send this one in. This will be recollected. Parker Kelly lost it. A slap shot saved by Onanen. Matty Beniers will find it, try to center it out in front of the net for Jaden Shorts. This matriculates along the point. Will Borgen will slow it down. Here's Jaden. Jaden now off the outside for Borgen as this one's flipped up into the air. Matty Beniers can't locate O'Connor, able to get it out. This is a bouncing puck. This will be shoveled toward Grubauer. He doesn't have to hold it, and we can continue play. As Seattle's in the home Navy, but they got to get going right now. They're down 3-1. They've had a good start to the year, 4-2. Colorado was 2-4. They opened the year 0-4. They won their last couple of games against Anaheim and San Jose. This is Montour trying to step through MacKinnon, but he can't. And now this is picked off Colton with a good back pass. Ton of speed. MacKinnon drop for the Moose to the right side. Good save, Grubauer. That happened in an instant flash. And now McCann trying to get this one off the back pass. A big hit. Took out one of the Avalanche. As this one now collected in their own end for Seattle. Eberle trying to get it going the other way. Eberle now leaves for McCann and will send this one in deep. Picked up now by Shane Wright off his forehand. He gets dispossessed. Eberle tries to help out as this is near the right side red line for Colton. Now for Wright. Here is Eberle. Now Montour. He's all the way in his own end. They're just trying to get some space here. He gets settled back in along the point. Eberle trying to keep it alive. Colorado keeping them on the outside, and Makar will flip it out. Good stick shot for Seattle as Montour gets it across the tentacle S. We'll go back. 8:45 left to go on the third. Shot board reads 26-20 Colorado. Couple goals in that second. Got a chance off the rush now, but a stick shot puts it away. Montour still can't get off the ice. Here's a chance on the right side blue line. Now Malinsky sets it up. Big rebound. That one goes wide off the outside of the cage. As O'Connor will send it down deep. Now Colorado gets to play with this puck for a little bit. This gets flipped out play. 8:24 left in the third.
So Chicago does get a goal from Tyler Bertuzzi late in the third period. Something more for their next game because you'd imagine that the Canucks are going to have total control of this game throughout. It's pretty much over in Chicago. Probably wrap this one home for the Blackhawks and think about the next one if I'm done.
I agree with you, Alec, and let me look as far as their upcoming schedule. I know I'll be seeing them in about 3 weeks or so, but they got Nashville, Dallas, and Colorado coming up next for Chicago. So we know Nashville's a desperate team. Again, that one is going to be on ESPN Plus and Hulu on Friday night.
In Nashville, they're up 2-0 on the Bruins right now. Of course, they're going to be desperate. You can never truly count out a desperate team. I figured that the Bruins would fall into the classic old trap game in this one because Nashville, they have those big free agent signings with Stamkos, Marchessault, and Shea. They start off as slow the way they did, although they did outplay some teams in that regard. You start out 0-5, means you got to get your act together. So far, they're getting their act together. But I wish that they would get it back fast because the NHL season would be a cruel ride. And they had to rack up some winning streaks. Not often you see 18-game point streaks the way that Nashville did last year, but several winning streaks of, say, 5, 6 games. It would do wonders for the Preds.
Yeah, because again, as you talk about it, Alec, again, we can list it. Minnesota got off to a great start. They got 10. They get points in their first 6 games. Winnipeg Jets are undefeated. Dallas did drop one to Buffalo today, but Utah had a hot start. St. Louis is doing better than expected. So Nashville really needs to make sure they don't allow themselves to get buried.
For sure. They should not get buried in any chance they get. As for World Series, I will be with you for the World Series for confirmation.
So Friday, game 1, I am all set to go for that. Saturday, I have Sharks duty, so I can't cover game 2, but I should be able to cover everything else. But we're on for game 1. I think that's going to be about an 8-10 first pitch. I'm excited. It's the Yankees and the Dodgers. So, I mean, we're going to have a lot to look forward to on that one.
Oh, yeah, I feel these two are mirror images of one another, in my opinion. But it's been a while since we saw powerhouse versus powerhouse team in the World Series. I think about 2018 with the Red Sox and the Dodgers, even though the series didn't turn out the way it was with the powerhouse versus powerhouse matchup, we finally have another powerhouse versus powerhouse World Series.
Yeah, we do. And Al, one thing before I get back into this play-by-play, I do want to say this, Alex, see if you agree or not. I know some people are going to complain about maybe a salary cap floor, that they want one and don't want all these high-spending teams. But honestly, I want to see stars play the stars, and you get to see them on the biggest stage. We finally get to see Shohei in the World Series.
That's long overdue, and he gets rewarded with a World Series appearance after the Angels let him down year after year. Oh, and a nice save by Grubauer. This went out of play, or might have been blocked by Schwartz, but to say the least, we finally get to watch the stars play in the World Series. Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, they've been longing for this moment.
Yeah.
Judge has seen his Yankees fall short in the ALCS year after year, normally at the hands of the Astros. But finally, patience pays off. And again, going after Juan Soto, that worked for the Yankees.
Yes, it did. And I want to see, especially too, I know this might be low key or not because you covered a lot of the baseball stuff. You were very busy during the CS, but Giancarlo Stanton, he just continues to measure home runs. So if he carries that over, that could be very fun.
Oh, yeah. And not to mention about Tommy Edman coming alive in the NLCS. He didn't play a single game for the Cardinals this year.
Yeah, that was a heck of a pickup there for the Dodgers. Kind of wonder how that happened. We'll have a lot to talk about on the Friday. We'll finish this one off. So Alec and I will be joining you back on the Friday side of it. I will not have game 2. I know we'll have that, but we'll figure out the rest of it because I got some Sharks duties to take care of. This will drop in front of Grubauer, and he will hold on. Or that is on him, excuse me.
It used to on and then you figured that Colorado would have just started because of how poorly Alexander Georgiev has started the season. He did work out in year 1, but it feels like we're seeing the long-term effects of him starting most of the games for Colorado. They were treating him like he is the number 1 goaltender. I feel he's at best a tandem netminder, and that you ideally split the starts between him and Onanen. It feels like Colorado may be realizing that right now.
I don't disagree with you. I also think we'll probably agree on this too. You got to make sure you ease in on them. They had to do that. They had a high-powered offense. You can get away with some things. And Georgiev was an all-star last year, but I agree with you. He's going to get overworked, and they got to split him a little bit more because they need him to play better.
Yeah, for sure.
This will get iced again. 6:15 against Seattle. Had such a good start in the first 20 minutes. He had a couple of posts alongside Ty Cartier and Yanni Gourde. This could easily be a 3-3 game. Again, they're profiling Georgiev right now. 79 wins, most in the NHL, about a 280 goals against. Not too bad when you put it all out, but right now with his goals against close to 4. He had to start on it in today, figure that one out. Colorado needed to get these 2 points because they don't want to get buried in the Central like Nashville has been. So they're still working their way through it. Here is a couple puck pickups and across the blue line side, and Colorado are going to try to take it right to left for the rest of this third. We got 6 minutes left to go. Get a chance to close out essentially the NHL Frozen Frenzy. I know we'll have one more late game, and I'll be following along some late ones after this cast is done. Picked up now for MacKinnon, Devon Toews. I'll make a backhanded move to try to buy some space as this one gets sent back down the ice alongside Brandon Montour. And now Seattle can try to take this one left to right. As Bjorkstrand will shovel it in deep. 5:30 left to go in the third. John Hunter with you alongside Alec Nava, who's been gracious to join me here for this live look in this game. We've been covering this play-by-play. Let's be able to stay with it because the game's been pretty close. Here is Montour toward the right side. Yanni Gourde send this back around the end boards. Montour will collect. Shovel it toward the net. Yanni couldn't get there in time. And now Ross Colton will just get this out of his own end, and Jared Bednar's squad will take a change. Yanni on his forehand, spin and turn, one-timer Larson. That one goes wide. Seattle trying to make something happen in the final 5 minutes. Here's a 1-T. This one in the glove hand of Onanen. 4:55 left.
As we speak, Shane Gostisbehere's made a 1-goal game in Edmonton. 2-1 Oilers lead. McDavid's on hat-trick watch. But the Hurricanes, they're pulling with the bin.
That's another name for me, Alec, that I'm still getting used to him being on a new team in the Carolina Hurricanes.
Well, technically, it's his second go-around with Carolina,
Yeah.
given that he was added with the Hurricanes by the 2023 trade deadline, added from the Arizona Coyotes, now the Utah Hockey Club. But now with Carolina sliding back in on an offensive defenseman role after Brady Shea went to Nashville, feels like he's there to get some power play production, to boost the power play that needs replacing on the second power play quarterback spot, because Brent Burns is operating that top power play quarterback spot. Now you get Goss's there, and you slot him there. The other question is this Burns' final year in the NHL? That's another question I want to ponder about, given his age. How long does he have left? Or if he is kept around by Carolina, do you keep him in that number one role, or do you move him down the lineup because he's getting older, pushing 40?
Alec, I would still say at worst, if Carolina wants to bring him back or he still wants to play or finish things out, I think at worst he's still a second-line defenseman, don't you?
At the worst, at this current rate. Put him on a high-end defenseman like Jacob Slavin. That partnership has been going well for them.
No, I really like Brent Burns. I hope his time is not done just yet. I hope that continues to move around. And honestly, you're right about the Shea move from Nashville and then bringing in Gostisbehere. You know, the worry here in Detroit was they didn't have a lot of good defensive pieces. You move on from Woolman, you lose Gostisbehere. It's not a very good plus-minus for Shane, but Carolina's already a really good defensive team, and they need power play production. I completely agree with you on Ghost.
And no worse for wear on that power play production for you guys with Eric Gustafson. Feel like it's insurance. I probably saw a goal, but no, it was a replay. But Eric Gustafson, what's your impression on him?
I think it's going to be a good stay-at-home defenseman that can bring you some offense when you need it. I still think Detroit is working out their kinks on offense right now. I hope that they can find some more, but I like the way the team is constructed, although I still think there is some work to do, especially on the defensive end. I don't know if Detroit's a playoff team. I still think they're a fringe team.
So far, it's so good for them after knocking out the Islanders. Could use some more work.
I think so. I think they're still what we think they are. I know people were kind of pressing the panic button. The schedule has been really difficult. And yes, they did get a couple wins against Nashville. You can say whether or not the bad start. Beating Nashville twice is still really good for Detroit. They need to continue to work on it, though. As it's Shane Wright. Again, puck drop between Vegas and LA. I'm just going to mention this out loud. 11:20 Eastern. So that game might not end until about a little past 2 in the morning. So now I know what you're saying about those kids trying to go to school.
I mean, that's why I'm advocating for Frozen Frenzy on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It will work a lot better.
Is now an opportunity for Stevenson. We'll see if Seattle can get something going. Philip Grubauer is leaving the goal crease. They need to score right now. Ross Colton's already got 6 on the year. He's trying to work his way towards 7. Send this toward the net, and this is going to do it. This is ball game. Empty net for the Avalanche. Nathan MacKinnon gets dose. Kivaranta's got 2. It's a 4-1 lead for Colorado. They're going to wave it off.
Wait, they're waving it off? Oh, I don't know what happens for it to be waved off, but Seattle never got set when they did when they were entering the zone with the extra attacker out there. I wonder what has happened here to wave this goal off. Well, there is no high stick from Adam Larson.
Offsides?
Yeah, I think it's offside. Yeah, MacKinnon shot this in and Rantanen stepped in into the offensive zone right before MacKinnon shot that one over to the empty net. Well, they had a good eye.
Yeah,
a good thing at catching guys.
No, they did. And again, we got a late show on the camera, so I can't blame Alec or myself on that one. We'll start this one again and see what happens here with Seattle, who's going to get new life after the offsides. Grubauer is in the goal crease right now because that faceoff was pretty much in the neutral zone. This gets sent in. Matty Beniers got to skate back. And now Colorado's got puck possession, so I don't think Grubauer is going to go anywhere in this moment. And now Colorado goes offsides. 3:18 left in the third. It is 3-1.
That's it. Who had Ottawa leading 4-0 over Utah?
I didn't. I did not, Alec. If you would have told me that, I would have thought we were both crazy.
I mean, especially putting up 4 goals in the first period, and they're still maintaining that lead. Utah is a fun team to watch. They're carrying over that fun factor from their Arizona days.
Yes.
But thus far, it's not even Linus Ullmark in that. It's Anton Forsberg for Serbia's shutout.
So he's still dealing with some injuries and stuff, correct? That's why he's not in the lineup?
That's what I would believe, yes.
Okay. So again, I know some new records essentially, as Alec mentioned with Utah, but it's pretty much Arizona's team. They already had a lot of talent, and now they get a chance. Honestly, Alec, I don't think anybody would be surprised if Utah made the playoffs.
I mean, no, not really anyone would be surprised. You had Sergachev, you carry over the same guys from
Right.
Arizona with Keller, Gunter, Schmaltz, Krause, Michelli. They're turning themselves into key names here in Utah and here for a long time. John Marino isn't even playing yet.
Yeah, they're just really young. That's the only thing, trying to grow together. You know, the Vegas Golden Knights did it in their first year, essentially. Here's an opportunity to touch pass a couple times. Manny Beniers off the outside bumper. Riker Evans, 1T. This one bounced between the cage. Stevenson tried to locate. Seattle looking dangerous, but they don't have any lanes to shoot. Mikko Rantanen now, as we get a whistle with 2 minutes left. I think we're going to get a penalty. Want to see who this is on.
Is it on Colorado? I don't know what they're showing here. So 2 minutes for a slash, I believe. It is Joel Kiviranta. So he's going to go to the box, 2 minutes for slashing. And Dan Bios must calling his shots. Bill, you have to call a timeout here for the 6-on-4.
Yeah, I think you have to here, Alec. Him alongside Jessica Campbell try to figure out something to go on here for Seattle. Again, this is not when you want to take a penalty. It happened late in the second period for Seattle, pretty much in the 30 seconds. Chandler Stevenson trips, and then they end up scoring alongside Nathan MacKinnon. This is a big opportunity right now for Seattle to get a power play goal, maybe try to figure out something else after.
And for this coaching staff that went to the Calder Cup Finals 2 years in a row in the last 2 seasons with the coach Ellie Firebirds, it's like they've earned this chance to go up to the big leagues in the NHL to prove themselves that they belong in the NHL.
I agree, Alec. And again, you bring in names like Chandler Stevenson and Brandon Montour that were not cheap when you brought them in. I don't know if Seattle is going to make the playoffs, but I bet their hope at minimum, Alec, is that they're competitive and try to be there toward the end of the year, correct?
That and how about Shane Wright and his development
into
the Seattle lineup?
I think that sounds exactly right. I think we hit the nail on the head there for Seattle because this franchise is still in good shape. They just want to try to step on the gas a little bit. I agree. As we're right at the 2 minute mark of this third period. Seattle gets a power play. Kiviranta's been all over the score sheet. He's got 2 goals, and now he's got a penalty. Hopefully, if he can get this one killed, Colorado can at least win this one by 2, maybe even 3. But Seattle threatening here. Shorts gets this one to McCann. Here's Beniers now. He's not had a good start to the year, but he's been moved down to the third line. He's got some power play time now. Maddie Stevenson out to the goal mouth. Here's McCann near the left side dot with Brandon Montour. Back to Jared McCann. They could not find Matty Beniers. That pass was too hot to handle. Number 10 is going to pick this up now, though. There for Brandon Montour. They're just wasting time on the outside. As this is Stevenson. I've not gotten a shot just yet in the first 30 seconds. Here's Montour with a clapper. This goes to Everly. On the left side red line. Now Montour back to Jordan, the captaincy for Seattle. Here's McCann off the outside and goes all the way down. So Seattle had the puck the entire time. They could not get a shot. It's a 1 second difference between the shot clock and game clock here, and Seattle needs 2. They got a power play. Here's Jaden Shorts near the right side. Picked up now Beniers behind the cage of Onanen. There's a slap shot for Montour. That one bit Onanen. And then they can't hold it in the zone for Chandler Stevenson. That's almost inexcusable. Manny Beniers now tries to find a skate entry. Stevenson denied with a left pad by Onanen. He was racing in full speed. That's a good save there. As Montour now. The final 35 seconds. Beniers. Now McCann. near the right bumpers and across the wall. Leave it for Montour, right side. Now Jared, he's got it. Here for Chandler Stevenson toward the blue. Short's trying to poke away at it, but Rantanen says no. We'll hold.
So it's likely that Colorado may hang on to this one.
That's what it looks like right now, Alec, as we continue to move along here. Chandler Stevenson, he got the speed around Cale Makar, but it was Rantanen as the one who closed the 5-hole, made sure this game stayed at 3-1. But if you're Seattle now, you got to get this face-off.
And it's no easy feat speeding right by Cale Makar, one of the best as two-way defenders in the game. But Stevenson possesses that speed that Vegas has been very used to, especially in the cup-winning year.
Bjorkstrand with a shot. Colorado ran into each other behind the defensive end with DeHaan and O'Connor. That opened up a lane for a shot there. And now we'll get another offensive zone draw with 13.4 left.
Feel that all Seattle can do now is to hope for a miracle. They fire one, win the face-off, and then immediately fire a shot onto Justus Rantanen. Hope that it goes in, get a deflection.
Bjorkstrand, Burakovsky, they got to get to the net now. 5. Rantanen scores down to 3.5, but they got to get the draw now.
Well, that's and perhaps a big mess up from Justus Rantanen. So it's a one-goal game, but all that's left is that they need to go fast right onto the crease. They got one part done, but the other part needs to be there. It's improbable, but as they say, anything may be possible from here. I don't expect it happening, though.
Nope. Riker Evans, again, he's one of the youngsters. We talk about Shane Wright here, Alec. Again, I saw Riker a couple times in Coachella Valley. I think he's going to be a young defenseman. He'll be one to watch. He could put some points up on the board. Again, it's not likely, as you said, but he's already got his second goal this season. He had one in 36 games last year for Seattle.
I feel he can grow his game some more with Brandon Montour next to him or wherever he's placed.
So 4.1, pretty much a half a second back on the clock, as Seattle has made it a one-goal game, but that late penalty was the one that hurt. Now they got to shoot at Tanev. This will be gloved by Rantanen, and that's going to end it. This was still a fantastic game. Colorado takes it, though, 3-2.
And for Nathan MacKinnon, a beauty on the power play. Joakim Toronto with 2 goals as well. Seattle did everything to lock and key late. Colorado held their own, and MacKinnon, he wants to word the officials late as to what happened in that penalty. I feel he's in some sort of disagreement with the officials for that late penalty. He doesn't agree with it, but his guys did the job.
They got to win against a Seattle team that have taken their last 3 games. Now Colorado has the last 3 wins of their own. Alec, thank you for joining me with this one late. I'm going to finish up typing up the story and probably watch the rest of the Frozen Frenzy that's left. There's still a lot of games left to go. So I will see you Friday night. I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to the World Series. We have a lot to talk about for this matchup.
Sounds good. We'll see you then.
See you then.
Actually, a solid game. They had some chances, but added a couple saves at the end there. That was really good to goal. They've got 3 in a row because they've got some goaltending that's stabilized the ship. So good for Colorado. They did play a solid game today.
Schedule favorable as well for Colorado.